Hello, and welcome to the World at War. Dire Bears Scion's Second Edition Chronicle. We are all here.
Yeah.
And last week, we were visiting Sasha's mother. Well, her mother's estate. Her mother showed up later. Up in the overworld. Let's see, you had traced. I believe Jaden did the track. Jaden and Spruce did the tracking. Through this swampy terrain, you eventually had to cross a river. Some of you very easily, you just kind of strolled across. Some of you rather difficultly, but until you started drowning and had to be picked up and carried across. We're not naming names though. Though he's on the bottom right of your screen, or bottom left of your screen. But
They are.
They are. Excuse me. But anyway, got across the river to this Egyptian-style estate. Met some people. Everybody there seemed to be excited to meet Sasha. Like they'd heard about her.
To camouflage into the wall.
Met some unexpected people there, though, as Sasha ran into her parents, who she has been out of contact with for how long?
A bit. At least 5 to 10 years, somewhere in that range.
Don't know exactly how old she was when they sold her to a goddess. But they met her, she found out they had died in a car bomb. Some sort of crime boss they had agitated. Turns out, though, Fritz Lloyd, the man they were tracking, had gone there specifically to speak with her parents. He'd apparently at some point hired them to do some research and had gone there to ask basically what they figured out or where the information was.
They had the audacity to die without finishing.
And Fritz Lloyd just kind of got out to go, I'll go ask him anyway. That and he was desperately trying to find a way to escape as the band was closing in on him. So, these little godlings are between me and the only exit. Escape to a different world. But they caught him. They took him down without too much trouble. Fritz Lloyd is more of a lover than a fighter, so he didn't manage to put up much of a fight. However, the next morning after a set arrived and there was kind of a meet and greet, she decided she wished to question Fritz Lloyd, only to find he was not in the chamber that he had been locked in. Once more there was some tracking. Once more there was some crossing of the river. Effectively, or essentially, he had fled back to the ladder and was climbing back down to the mortal world. And so the band, with Sasha's parents in tow, made their way back to the ladder. And I believe we ended with y'all starting to climb down.
Yep.
Beginning the weeks-long journey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Because Connor realized he had a much more comfortable way to carry the pets that he could have used getting up here.
Yeah.
He carried them for weeks when he didn't need to.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat fashion like bungee cord, hammock things for them, like a yoke.
See, he could have done something like that if y'all had left in an orderly fashion. But this was kind of all at once.
Yep.
To get one of like a yoke, or like those like where they have the long stick that has water. Just put one animal on each.
Just get you a big double papoose and hang it on your back.
Yeah.
Like a baby Bjorn, except for a Cerberus.
Both of the animals are going to be grumpy by the time you get to the ground.
Yeah. All the better to sick them on Fritz Lloyd with.
Mm-hmm.
Not wrong.
We get the Fritz Lloyd's like, haha, I got you. Connor just yeet. It just hurls both of them at him.
hippo lion croc to the face. Ugh.
Followed by Cerberus.
Can't put your curse on him though if you kill him.
We may
Yeah.
or may not be able to uncurse Sasha's grandparents.
Yeah, well, secondary concerns.
Yeah, sure.
Plus
So once
that
again,
is-
you make the journey down the ladder. Again, it's a trip that you can't tell if it takes days or if it takes weeks. It just goes on and on and on. And you get a little tired, but you don't get exhausted like you ought to. You don't get hungry like you ought to, or thirsty. But eventually, you do make it to the bottom.
Okay.
There is a man sitting in a chair reading when you get down there. The ladder, of course, empties out into the same, stone chamber that it was in. Or basically, y'all have arrived in the same room you left from.
Yeah.
So it's in those ruins that Fritz Lloyd's been uncovering. Who went down the ladder first?
She went down to activate it.
Yeah.
I think you had figured out from the overworld side, anybody could use it to get down.
Fair enough.
It's almost like the physical ladder. You have to activate it so that it becomes part of the actual ladder, as opposed to on this end, you're just the actual ladder. I know it's all metaphysical. Who knows?
Yeah.
So Sarah, you see this guy. He's sitting there reading. He looks a little startled when he sees you. He sets the book down, kind of stands up nervously.
It's not Fritz Lloyd, is it?
No. This is probably local.
Is there a gentleman that came down this ladder before us?
Do you mean Mr. Smith?
That is exactly who I mean.
Yes, he did. He left me here to greet you when you arrived.
How long ago was it?
Oh, perhaps a couple of hours.
The two animals still on the scent?
Beg pardon?
Are the two animals still on the scent? Because Smoochum's tracked them all the way down the ladder with his scent to find the hearts of the wicked, or
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably would be.
he'll set the two animals down.
They immediately start running around the room. They're just excited to move on their own again. The man looks extremely startled at the animals. He backs up against the wall, like, trying to stay out of their way, not attract their notice.
Well, the sooner you tell us when and where he is, the sooner we can get these animals out of your hair.
That would be wonderful. Best of my knowledge, he was headed into Cairo to catch a plane out of Egypt. That's what he's told me. I'm not entirely certain. I am just in charge of some of the excavating here. I don't know what he has gotten into the middle of.
How long ago did he leave?
Like I said, about 2 hours ago.
How long is it till we get to the nearest airport?
I guess that depends on how fast they're driving. I mean, we're just outside of Cairo. Cairo has an airport.
Is he taking a private plane or not?
I believe that's usually how he arrives.
And did he say where he was going?
He did not. Only that he had business and he had to leave the country. He left me in charge and wanted me to talk to whoever came down that ladder. Something
Why did
about
he want-
suing for peace. I'm not entirely certain what he means.
Suing for peace. Is this spoken in English or Arabic?
Since everyone's replying, I'm guessing English.
He might have started in Arabic when he saw Sasha. When he started seeing the rest of you, though, he'd switch over to English.
Okay. Just like suing for peace. Is this more like a stall tactic? As we could just go.
I have no idea what his plan is. If you want to go, you certainly can. I am not going to try to get in your way.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
To Sport Guide.
Yes.
Are Sasha's parents this side of the ladder?
They haven't gotten off the ladder yet. They were like the last ones coming down, above you all. And I'm imagining as this conversation is going on, each of you is kind of stepping off.
Okay. She's kind of like side watching to see if they actually are able to make the trip from there to down, and
Yes, you see him get down and step off the ladder. None of the rest of you see them.
I was gonna say they don't take corporeal forms, yeah.
Yeah, the rest of you, you saw them fine when y'all were on the ladder.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to talk to him, any of that. And of course you started paying attention to this guy, so you don't know when they disappeared, but yeah, you don't see him now.
Yeah. All right. Do you know the make and model of his plane?
I do not.
That's asking for a lot.
Yeah, that's asking for a lot.
I'm his local contact that he has run the excavation crew here. I feel like I've been drug in a little out of my depth here.
Way out of your depth. Does
A little bit.
does that airport have English speaking attendants?
Oh yes, it's a major airport. Of course it does.
Okay, good. He actually is heavily striding. He's gone.
Can we just go to the portal thingy? He's got to be at one of those.
Oh, you know about those. I was truthfully that's how he arrived this time. I assumed that would be how he left, but he went to the airport. Usually it's either usually he comes and goes the same way, whether he comes through the airport or comes through the doors back there.
Make sure to say that when Connor's gone, though.
my concern is that he wouldn't. If he was meaning to go to somewhere he could get to by portal, he would have gone there. He's not going somewhere we can easily follow as going through a door.
No, that'd be asking for too much.
Still covers. I don't. Do we know what research he was looking at from your parents?
I believe they
She kind
just
of like-
said something like the nature of the gods or something. They didn't get real detailed when she asked him.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they were being totally forthcoming about it.
Are you saying that you don't trust her parents? They're her parents.
100% what I'm saying.
Sasha doesn't even trust her parents.
But they were so happy to see you.
Mm-hmm.
So determined to travel with you.
Are they still happy to see her?
Well, you can't tell. You
Like-
can't see them.
Like Jaden's half tempted to track Fritz Lloyd. Cause even taking flight, no complications in tracking.
Yeah, now try keeping up with an airplane.
Connor.
I'm about to say, good sir,
He's already
Real quick.
gone.
good sir, we have a monkey fool who knows how to travel at the speed of what is it called? Mach Jesus.
I'm gonna have to let my buddy that I got that phrase from know how much I liked it.
Oh yeah, we love it. It's great.
It's like the tagline for this
if
game now.
if Dire Bear ever came out with a merch line, I would like one to be Mock Jesus.
Excuse me, I need to move it. Mock Jesus.
It's just like a ripoff Flash, but it's a monkey.
like a 5K like run shirt, and it's like the 5K mock Jesus.
What are we doing? We can't keep up with
can-
Monkey. but we can take a portal somewhere.
Where?
We can't just go back to England. That's where all our stuff is anyway.
No, I'm sure. Would she know if Safa has any contacts with the airport or anything like that?
You wouldn't know right off the top of your head, but you could call her or something.
Actually, she's also gonna be like, while we're at it, what's today's date? Try and get an idea of how long they've been gone.
Based on the date he gives you, you've been gone about a week.
Oh, that's not so bad.
So not as long as it feels like to y'all. But,
Time's just stretching.
yeah, but it has been a little while. I mean,
Okay. Pulls out phone, calls Safa.
she answers after a couple of rings. Sasha, did you make it back home
Safa.
safe?
We're actually still in Cairo. I have a question for you.
All right.
Do you have any contacts that would work at the airport? Our prey is trying to go to air.
Yes, I have some adherents that work there.
Do you have any way to get word to them quickly? What do they do there by chance? Are they like...
One is a baggage handler and one works in security.
Could you possibly see if one of them could temporarily waylay Fritz Lloyd Smith? Nothing severe, just enough to give someone a few minutes to get there. And then he'll probably pull something bureaucratic.
Sure, I'll call him immediately. Since you're still here in Cairo, perhaps you could swing by. A couple of days ago, I received a package with your name on it. I haven't opened it.
I have no idea who'd be shipping me things here, but okay, I mean, on the way to the airport at the very least. I'll see you soon.
All right, I'll text you to let you know what my contact says.
Okay. And
Did you make them have him do a random cavity search?
Oh, that would be fantastic. Sir, we're going to need you to strip down.
See, the fun thing is, though, if you've got your own private plane, you skip a lot of the security stuff that the plebes have to go through.
Sir, we were told there was a bomb on your plane. We're going to need you to strip down.
Yes, sir, out here in front of everybody.
Yes, absolutely in front of everybody. You are going to be shamed.
Please ignore the camera and Careless Whisper playing in the distance. Okay. Are there any vehicles we can borrow? She'll ask the guy probably still watching the animals.
Well, we've been shutting down and clearing out. I'm not sure there's much left in the motor pool.
I'm sure we'll find something then.
You could call a cab.
It doesn't say anything, just like starts walking. Like, I mean, we could, but...
And he kind of trails behind you as y'all walk out of the ruin. Now, Mr. Fitzroy, wish me to ask what would be necessary for this conflict between you to come to an end?
To know that, he shouldn't have run.
I don't think he trusted you to, or certain members of your party to be reasonable, I think was his phrasing.
I mean, he lived the last time we encountered him.
He didn't
The
die.
very fact that he didn't trust us and he ran resulted in a larger threat. He ran from a set. And her
The set?
Yes.
He looks back over at the ladder again.
Yeah.
Or back the way y'all came towards where the ladder would be. Takes that handkerchief he's away.
It's probably for the best if you just don't get involved. Just
You're right.
back
You're
that
quite
way.
right. You're quite right.
You do not want what's coming. I heard her yell. Where did he go? I'm trying to make the sound as best I can. You don't
Thaumaturgy.
want that.
Nope. Nope. Not getting involved in any false gods. Nope. Nope.
False.
Let's walk.
God?
Let's walk, Sasha. Let's
Big-
walk.
Big
Okay.
old grin. Like,
No offense if you're practitioners of older religions.
I'll be sure to give my mother your regards.
Yeah.
What did
Yeah.
you say your name was?
I don't think he gave you his name.
Oh, she knows that.
Make him tell the truth real quick.
He seems to choose just to be silent. He kind of doubles his pace, head towards the entrance.
Okay.
For one who calls them false gods, you do have a lot of faith. And just keeps following behind the others.
Walking back through the campsite, you see they're packing up a lot of material. Some of the storage containers that were there before are gone. It looks like Fritz Lloyd is just pulling up stakes here.
We've got to
Good
go!
call. Is there a stealable car?
There are a
Okay.
couple of cars still in the.
Has Uber come out this far?
Probably.
It's right around Cairo, so probably. Assuming they operate in Egypt at all.
It's over. How? Well, I'm sure they have cabs of some kind.
Yeah.
How
Oh, yeah.
law-abiding do we want to be?
And by the way, as soon as you go to the surface, yeah, whoever this guy is, kind of heads off on his own.
Just booking it.
There is Uber in Egypt for those curious.
Go Google.
The things I have. If someone looked at my Google search history, it's like Uber Egypt. The price for Tarmogoyf.
So yes, y'all call an Uber if y'all want to.
Let's try and be marginally law-abiding.
Well, I have like a little Slim Jim ready to go. Like, oh, okay, fine.
So you call the
Sure, you can
Uber. 20
find
minutes later, he
cars-
shows up.
I'm sure you can find cars to break into back in Olympus.
Well, I was like, let's try to be marginally law-abiding. The guy who is not at all already long gone.
So you're racing through Cairo, trying to figure out where the airport is because you're not familiar with Cairo and you can't read the signs.
Oh no, the first thing he's doing is running up the tallest skyscraper he can find and looking for anything that looks like an airport.
What direction are the planes radiating from?
Basically. And then he's gonna go that way.
What is the highest building in Cairo?
Go Google.
Iconic Tower, 385 meters. So it's a pretty. You do have quite some tall buildings. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's a Cairo Tower, 62 floors. Pinnacle height 614 feet.
So yes, you are eventually able to track down where the airport is.
I'm just glad it's not any kind of like monument.
He's gone.
It's not a pyramid that he just accidentally kicks through.
Like basically, he's gonna mentally like lock which direction he's going, and regardless of what building's in his way. Unless it'd be faster just to find a street that heads in that direction.
On tall buildings, it probably would be. The shorter
Yeah.
ones, yeah, you could probably run up and over them.
It's parkour at Mach speed.
Yeah, basically.
So you arrive at, I'm assuming, Cairo International Airport. I don't know if they call it that or not.
Mm.
But,
It is
Yeah,
called
it-
Cairo
it is,
International.
it
Well
is.
done.
Yes.
Mm.
CAI.
kitchen logo too. It's a vulture.
Hmm.
And it's fairly in the middle. All right, enough Google Maps. All right. So yeah, you arrive at the airport, or
Just gonna-
Connor, I should say, arrives at the airport. But
Gonna find his way inside if he can.
oh yeah, the front door. I mean, it's like middle of the day, so you know,
Mhm.
it's an international airport, and you know, big cities, big capital city for that matter. So you know, so it's quite busy.
Just gonna
And
find-
you look like somebody that has spent a day tromping. Well, you look like somebody that has tromped through a swamp and then spent a week climbing down a ladder.
Yeah.
Oh, all of them probably just smell fantastic.
Although he walked over the swamp, he never tromped through it.
That's fair. You'd have still kicked up some gunk.
Yeah, a little bit, but he's not like
But you're right. You're not
Knee
like
deep
soaked
in it.
ankle knee deep or anything.
yeah. It's just like probably just on his shoes.
Just walking on one too many mud puddles.
Yeah. He's gonna go find the nearest security guard.
You see one that seems to be doing like a patrol. Oh yeah, that is a neat logo.
It's pretty good.
So I just quick look over. Oh, that looks cool.
I'm not sure.
Oh
If I would
heck yeah,
trust
that
an
is
air-
cool.
I'm not sure if I'd want to get on an airplane run by people that use a vulture, but you know,
I mean,
though that's the airport company, so not necessarily you flying any of the planes. I don't know.
I don't trust a vulture to fly a plane.
Maybe if it was a salvage company that salvaged wrecked planes, then it would make more sense.
You can use that for like any space game now. The vulture logo for
a salvage company.
a salvage company for a space game.
Heck yeah.
You probably ran into them in the
Esper Genesis.
Esper Genesis game. Yeah.
Y'all wrecked a few ships.
That's where Staska went.
It's all coming full circle.
Yeah.
Security guard Staska.
2 campaigns later.
He's a lizard man with like a Groucho March nose and eyes, glasses as a disguise.
He still just
Yeah.
licks his eyeballs though for some reason. We're not entirely sure. It's a lizard thing.
Oh.
All right, so you approach one of the security guards. He looks at you, up at you, says something in Arabic.
Do you speak English?
Yes, I speak English.
Okay, fantastic. As you can probably tell by my disheveled state, I've been currently tracking somebody who kidnapped a few friends of mine and smuggled them into the city. I'm trying to stop them before they leave.
That sounds like you should contact the police.
Well, he's currently here at the airport right now.
Not a security guard, man.
Private plane, Fritz Lloyd Smith.
That gets a reaction out of him. He's he's sitting at a desk. He was sitting at his desk. Excuse me, I said he was trolling. Yeah, he gets on his radio and calls back to somebody. We got a call about Fritz Lloyd Smith. Now we've checked his records. His private plane is not here currently. Like hasn't been here, for some time. But we've been alerted that let's see, what would she have had her guy use as an excuse? Or
Smuggling out artifacts.
that works. I mean, it's stereotypical because he's British, but it works.
Yeah.
British are gonna British.
The British are gonna. We're sorry.
No, we're not.
No,
Oh,
Shame on you.
the British aren't sorry either. They give their crap back.
No kidding.
Fair.
But so yeah, they've been contacted. Warned that he might be trying to smuggle something out. So they've been on the lookout for him. But yeah, he hasn't shown up. The private plane that they've got records of him coming here semi regularly with it. It's not here. It hasn't been here for a little while.
So he hasn't showed up in the premises within the last few hours.
No. We have been keeping an eye out on, I mean, unless he came through with like false identification. But
Connor's eye twitches.
But we've had somebody watching, the cameras. We've got his passport on record, so we know what he looks like.
He pulls out his phone, text the rest of the group. Don't bother coming to the airport. He's not here. More than likely.
fact.
Go check the doors.
As we're in the Uber. Well, once we get done with Safas.
Right, well, thank you for your time. If he does show up, if you wouldn't mind stopping him and informing the proper authorities.
Well, yes, that's what the alert's for.
Okay, thank you very much.
Can I get your name?
Oh, I'm Connor.
Connor.
Oh, Connor Hughes.
Why'd you give him your name?
Gotta respect the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
So he jots that down.
Well, but basically, him using his name effectively is like nail in coffin, because the celestial bureaucracy automatically kicks in when he's involved. So.
Which means his name runs through the system smooth, and they immediately identify him as somebody without a passport.
No, he has
He's
a
not in the
passport.
country legally. What's going on?
He actually does have a passport.
But they
Yeah.
didn't come.
But they didn't stamp
through
it coming in.
Cairo.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't get out of. You guys didn't come through the door, and they were like, "Oh, thank you."
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, y'all had directed the
Illegal.
y'all had directed the Uber to Safa's.
Yep. We're probably halfway there when we get the text that he's
Mhm.
not at the airport.
So you pull up. The little clinic seems to be pretty busy. The Uber driver's having trouble finding a parking place.
We'll just get out here. It's fine.
All right, if y'all sure.
Yeah, I'm good with. I'll
Get the animals out of the trunk.
tip like, I don't know, $30 that I happen to have on me, like American dollars.
Whoa.
Hopefully
Yeah.
convert.
Good. Have fun getting that converted. Bye.
It's a big city, dude. There's places that do
Yeah,
that.
it's Cairo.
No, I'm sure.
When you walk in, there's a lady at the desk. Oh, Miss Adele. Safa's unfortunately kind of occupied at the moment. Someone had a family in a car accident. She's setting bones, and, such things. But she said when you showed up, I was supposed to give you this, and she comes around with this big box.
Nimbus 5000. Wait, no. Like, okay. Thank you. We're just going to wait here for one of our friends. Don't let her know we're here or anything. We're just waiting.
I'd rather be in a slightly cooler environment.
Oh, yes, by all means, wait. She gestures over to the. There's not a lot of seats left in the waiting room, but yeah.
Mm.
Sasha with her big ass box.
Do you do your unboxing there in front of everybody?
She'll mostly because she's like, who in the hell would send me a box to Safa's? Anyone got a pocket knife or?
They took my
sword?
stuff at.
Yeah, we couldn't carry any
Yeah.
of that.
We didn't have a magic mirror going to.
Not
yeah.
even.
Aw.
Robert smiles, runs his finger along the seam.
It's
Yeah,
like
really
human
sharp
box
fingernails.
cutters.
Because he doesn't have
Basically.
tools.
I don't need tools. I am the tool. Anyway, moving
Yes,
on.
yes, you are.
Very true.
Opens it.
There's something in there wrapped up. There's a note on top. It's from your mother.
Which one?
The godmother?
Okay.
She'd meant to give you this, but y'all ended up leaving so soon that she didn't get a chance to. But she was hoping, you would swing back by Safa's before you, or she figured you would swing back by Safa's before you left Egypt.
And Safa has forwarding address. I'm sure this would get legally through customs.
Who knows?
Opening it. No, this would not get legally through customs.
What is it?
Is it what I think it is?
It could be what you think it is, depending on what you think it is.
No use, man. If it
Do you,
is what
do
I
you pull it out of the box, hold it over your
Yeah,
head,
she pulls it out from the box like freaking.
Dun, 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 dun!
declares that she has the power?
By the power of Grayskull.
Da, 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 da. Does a little spin.
Yeah, it's like spins in midair.
Art container. No,
Man, you're getting some funny looks from the other people in the waiting room.
she did not actually like lift it up over her head. She like lifted it up out of the box.
Oh, come on. You're gonna have one kid that's gonna be like that kid from The Incredibles. That's the neatest thing I've ever seen.
Wow!
But yes, you do see what you think you see. As does the rest of the party, standing around you, because I'm sure they
I
can
like-
look over and see it.
Looking over, like, that's a sword.
That is a sword. I will link a picture of it in the Discord too. It is a black and gold sword.
Mhm.
A minute, I'm linking you pictures because
Ah.
I believe you said it was a Kopesh, so it's one of those odd,
Oh, it has
kind of
like
an
a
odd,
hook
unique
at- hook
curve.
at the end.
Yeah.
Mhm. I've converted Kopeshes in for D&D. I know what they look like.
Now, fine. If you
Now,
click
is it
on
the size?
makes it-
Is it the size of like a
Very nice.
a short sword, or like is it like a long sword size?
That one's looking kind of short sword sized, I think.
short sword. She's not a big person.
Okay.
But the fun thing is Kopeshes hit kind of like axes.
Yeah. They're more used for like disarming in combat.
And they're, heavier at the top to some degree. Not to the extent that an actual axe is.
So we're definitely going to have to take the doors back because I don't think I can get this on a plane.
Well, I don't know. Does it look ancient or does it look like a replica?
That might be even worse.
Yeah, knowing her mom.
Smuggling an artifact.
On the other hand, though, if you could pass it off as just a replica, hey, tell me how many Kopeshes leave.
What kind of a box is it? Is it like one of those like shipping crates, or is it like a gift box?
Gift box with a little.
It's
bow
very
on
much like a
it.
gift box.
Okay.
I mean, it was a brown shipping box that you opened up, and then it was like a gift box
okay.
that the note was on top of, and it's wrapped in like the gift tissue paper kind of stuff.
hmm
Very, very nicely.
So the answer is
wrapped.
both.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to. And she like, looking at her like tries to put it on her side. Like, we're just gonna not wave this around in the middle of public.
Just keep it in the box. It's okay.
What's in
It's
the
a hell of a
box?
sword. What's in the box?
Except her human head. No. Puts back in box, closes box, puts box under arm. Okay.
Cling, 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 cling.
Bottom falls out of box. Do
That-
we wait here and go to the doors
That's-
again?
I think we should go to the doors. I don't think there's a lot of time we need to waste here.
Okay.
Now, is Connor
Let's
meeting
head
them back at Safa's, or
He said check by the doors. That's where he is heading.
the whole time Hilarious is doing the "I told you so" dance.
We know. We know. Is the Uber still outside?
We
No.
still couldn't get out of the traffic.
He
I'm
dropped
trying
you
to
off.
get
As soon as he dropped you off, he left.
Ugh.
Oh, another one. It's fine.
I was out on the curb for 20 minutes, like,
Finally, Uber pulls up, takes one look at the animals, and just keeps going.
we put that in the description.
Exotic pets.
Exactly.
Large dogs.
The second one you call, though, when he shows up, it still takes somewhat taken aback, but
I get in the front seat so I can calm them down, and just be like, "It's okay. They're just animals."
it's got a hippo's butt and a crocodile's head.
Oh, and a lion's mane. Yes.
It's a weird hybrid. Don't buy weird hybrid breed
Oh.
dogs.
Don't think about it too much. It's
And that dog's got 3 heads.
Unfortunate mutation.
at least that one's a dog.
I don't like how one of them heads is looking at me.
That one looks at everyone like that. His name is Spruce.
Uh-huh.
I'm actively using my ability to lower tension by 1.
Oh, okay.
Not your tension thing, but like I have a thing that I can just.
So
Calm
you
and
keep him
present.
fairly calm while he drives you
Yeah.
back out to the site.
Mhm.
You get there and it's much like you left it. You know, there's still workers loading stuff up. Fritz Lloyd may have gotten out of here in a hurry, but these guys are just, they're going about their job. They don't seem to be in any special hurry.
They get paid by the hour. It's fine.
It's hot. We don't blame them.
Yous must be those gods. We were told to get in your way, but union rules, they can't make us do that, so yeah.
Too hot for that shit, man.
Or better yet, oh, they said you were children of gods and we're supposed to get in your way, but union rules say it's break time, so y'all wait right here.
I will absolutely wait right.
Bye.
Enjoy your break.
Our union rule says we gotta go.
But no, the workers basically ignore you. Heck, they've seen you walk through once today already, so clearly you're supposed to be here.
Mm-hmm.
One of us just has a clipboard somewhere.
Yeah. It's hilarious with the clipboard. They're just like,
use the clipboard to make it look like you're supposed to be there. But you don't have a clipboard, so Robert does it because he can do stuff without tools. So he walks around
just has a hand like this.
pantomiming that he's got a clipboard, and people react like he does. Maybe that's
Using
stretching that ability
phone
further than
like
it's
a
supposed to do.
clipboard.
That's very what are they, the orcs from
What, 40K?
yeah.
Power of belief.
I mean, again, when they can just run through a battlefield and act like they're not falling down, saying, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, I'm a tank, because they believe they're a tank. Well,
Anyway,
Oh.
before we get too far into
Hammer 40K.
Tangent number 3.
Is it truly a tangent, though?
Just tangentially.
But yeah, you find the side building that the door was in. Door's still there. Nobody's guarding it.
Still looks like magic, or have
Yeah, it
magic.
doesn't look like anything's been done to it.
All right.
So this side is always activated, but the other side has to be activated.
No, both sides have to be activated the same way.
Okay, so I'll look at Sasha and be like, does it look like it's been activated recently?
Does it look like it's been activated recently?
You can't tell. You can see the magical effect that's on it, but
Maybe. She looks down for footprints.
nothing particular shows up on this stone floor.
It's entirely
At least not to
possible.
your untrained eye.
Mm-hmm.
Looks at the floor, looks at Jaden.
Connor pops up. What about Smoochums?
Oh shit!
How
What?
long have you been here?
I ran.
He probably got there
So
before y'all did.
Yeah. It did
Ran
take
so
me a while
far
to
away.
remember.
He was waiting,
Just
got
take that
bored, looked around elsewhere in the camp, and then saw y'all walk in and caught back up.
Went out, bought souvenirs for everyone, came back.
Couldn't get away.
Got a tapestry for you. I got a Kopesh for you. Oh, you've already got one. Never mind.
Sasha just there with her big box.
Go shopping.
Picking up some mail.
Do we know how to activate this thing, or are we just gonna sit here?
Activate.
Yeah,
There.
yeah. The doors are. Once you know how to activate the doors, it's pretty simple.
Does
Mhm.
his trail lead in here? Jaden?
Hmm?
Does his trail lead in here at all? Scent, footprints,
let me-
your special tracking thing?
Sorry.
Sick,
Uh.
sick the evil head on his junk? I don't know.
2 successes.
Coach him. Get him. Right now.
There are no recent trails going through this door.
No.
The most recent thing you
Okay.
see is Robert coming out of them.
Nobody has gone through this door since Robert came through here.
All right, can we go back to the ladder and you can trace him again?
I will definitely try that. And I guess they'll walk back to the ladder.
Not far away for a bit, thankfully.
All right, give me another roll.
3 successes that time.
All right, you pick up his trail. You are
I
familiar.
sure-
You're familiar with his stride by this point.
Mhm.
You trace him around the campsite. He went over to the side building, kind of temporary, basically trailers that they were using as offices. Poking around in there, you find the clothes from the overworld that he was wearing when y'all captured him. His trail leaving is in like typical contemporary shoes. It's like he went in there and changed clothes.
Mhm.
Then you follow him out to the motor pool where he leaves in a vehicle.
She'll follow the tracks of the tires for a while.
Okay, well, he gets out on the main road and is headed towards Cairo.
Maybe he didn't leave at all. I said he was. It throws off his trail.
Doing a very good job of it.
But he headed towards Cairo, so we
Right,
can check there again.
You follow the trail.
Are Sasha's parents still there?
No, they didn't load up in the car when y'all left, though.
Okay.
You don't actually know where they flipped off to.
That's not gonna bite us in the ass later. At all.
Nope. Nope.
Not at all.
That kills one of her short-term ideas.
Should have kept up with them closer.
Oh, she would have been keeping an eye, but I didn't say it, so.
All right, so how are y'all gonna track this guy? I mean, are y'all literally just walking down the road in the direction he was going?
Well, Jaden can get a pretty good clip just by herself.
Are there?
Yeah, I could go running. I mean,
Right.
I'm not as fast as Connor, but
Can we tell the age of about how long ago it was? Like, the guy said he came through a couple hours ago, and we've been digging around for probably about an hour.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to match up with that time frame. It's definitely not like it was days ago or anything.
Okay. Are any of the workers still nearby that are pretty much kind of ignoring them?
Oh yeah, there's plenty of guys walking around packing stuff up.
Okay. Hold on. Teleris, I may need your expertise in weaseling the truth out of people. She's gonna go ask one of them, where did the motor pool go that left about 2 to 3 hours ago?
There's a few, well, we've been clearing cars out of there all day. Though that far back was probably when the limo left. I don't know.
Where did the limo go?
Headed off towards towards the city. Now Mr. Smith's about the only person that uses the limo. That's either when he's going into town, or I think he's got it. Not in the state, but he's got like a home outside the city somewhere.
Of course he does.
He wouldn't
Do
say
you
a
happen
state,
to
a
know-
mansion. He's got a mansion somewhere.
Happen to know what direction?
I know it's towards Cairo, but not not in Cairo.
Between here and Cairo.
Yeah. There's like several kind of higher class spots through there. A lot of business people that work in Cairo, live out there.
All right. Thank you for your time. And walks back over. Well, he may be at a estate between here and Cairo. Apparently, he has summer home here.
I wonder if we could find the address back into where he changed his clothes at.
I don't think he would leave us stuff that conveniently, but Sasha did pick up like well, he would have taken his wallet with him. He's not gonna like write his address in his underwear.
No, but
If
like
lost, please
the
return to.
people, but like the people that work with him, they probably would have left something. Like the higher ups that probably worked in the office. I don't know. I'm grasping right now.
And there's a trail we could follow right there. You said
Let's
limo,
follow.
right?
Limo, a couple
Mhm.
hours ago, went towards Cairo.
Just strap Jaden to the front of a car with her
Some
nose
merchants
down
and-
close to the road, and just let her point to which way you need to turn. I'm sure you won't get pulled over by the police. Ma'am, are you
Well-
aware that you have a foreigner strapped to the hood of your car?
Actually,
A war crime.
It's her custom. Don't judge her.
Okay, well, you all can find something to fit the animals in. I can carry Jaden. And I can run ahead of whatever vehicle you use to follow us.
Okay, Teleris, do you still have? And she like makes the Slim Jim motion. I don't know what kind of motion that would be, like car thievery motion.
Don't actually do that. Yeah, I guess.
Good. Let's go find the vehicle.
Okay. That one's 1995. That one's.
Just pick one that works.
We just need one that will fit two obnoxiously huge animals in it.
Oh, that one looks very 1975. One of those big vehicles that y'all took before. The big, not quite Jeeps. Those are still sitting there.
I will very confidently go up to it like I own it and just open it up.
You even had practice at doing this.
Yep.
You popped the steering column. You did a little hot wiring.
Mhm.
Uh,
Depending on the make and model, I don't even have to do that. I just like snap my fingers and it unlocks.
no, that's right. I forgot you could do the weird stuff like that.
That weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
You are a Slim Jim. Which is a joke I will revisit when I have something bite you at some point. Because then they'll be snapping into one. Anyway. So yeah, y'all load in a vehicle, no problem. Nobody bats an eyebrow because you notice there's no security guys here anymore.
Just
So
open it up.
nobody's
Car, that
watching the
belongs to me.
carpool.
Come on, guys, let's get in. This isn't the first time I've done this. It won't be the last time I've done this.
All right, Jaden, let's go.
I'll drive.
Animals in the back.
She'll basically kind of act like a backpack and just climb on his back.
And just point out ahead of him.
Yoda.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
basically.
very Yoda.
Yes.
Once I get the vehicle started, Connor will start like running normally until they get more room, and then he'll start picking up speed.
Did
you
do
see
I
some-
need to
you
roll
see-
again? Or
some startled expressions on people's faces. No, you're pretty well locked onto the trail right now.
Okay.
And I don't think anything can dissuade you once you're on the trail.
And then once they get like out on the, they call it interstate, the main road,
Hmm.
he'll just
Interstate highway.
yeah, he'll just start speeding up until he sees the Jeep start being unable to keep up, or however fast Sasha wants to drive.
The
And
end of
then-
the
and-
Incredibles. Second place. Second place.
So you're maintaining kind of vehicle speed, not getting too far ahead.
Basically.
Okay. That's still getting a lot of funny looks from cars you pass, though. And oncoming traffic.
Causing accidents now left and right. Like
Cars will pile up behind us.
I'm sure this won't come back and bite us in the ass at all.
I just realized, my brain's sitting there going, like Connor's going along. Wukong's up there just like, that's some chaos, my boy. Good job.
Somebody being a chaos monkey.
So you follow the trail, and it's eventually you see where he got off, on a not quite an off ramp, but turned off the road. And sure enough, it traces back into a residential area with very nice houses, very spaced out. Several of them are walled properties, and the trail eventually ends at the gate of one of these walled properties. Or I shouldn't say the trail ends, but the gate's closed. You see a nice house off in the distance. There is like noticeable security on the premises.
We know where the security from the dig site went.
yeah.
And of course, as y'all run past the gate, it's pretty obvious that y'all are there.
Well, I say we probably didn't plow through the gate.
Connor might have.
Or did we?
Or did we,
Or-
Connor?
Or did we?
Well, y'all
I
ran
mean-
by it on the street and could see where it turned to that gate.
It kind of
But
curves into
you're
the
running
gate.
through the street in front of the place, and the security seemed to
Okay.
already be on high alert. So
Yeah,
They were told,
he
watch out for a bunch of crazies. There they are.
yeah. He will let me drop Kurt just. He'll actually drop Jaden
You're on your own.
and how many security can he see
5.
on the premises? 5? Any more?
There's there's a sort of guardhouse next to the gate. There's a couple of guys just patrolling in the yard. You see somebody up by the front door.
Okay.
And you saw one that was circling around the house, but then all the guys out in the front kind of start yelling, and that one kind of comes back.
Okay.
You see the guy that's kind of in the little guardhouse, get on the radio. So the element of surprise is probably gone.
Yeah,
Well-
probably. So yeah,
well,
he'll drop Jaden basically, and then he
And
will. leap
Jaden
the
will try to
wall.
go around from the back
Sasha's just driving.
because with silence in the woods, when I'm pursuing a target, I make no noise. So that's what I'm gonna try to do since now they're all kind of Connor's in the front. She'll try to go behind.
All right, roll
around
me a
the,
stealth.
I get +2 to it. So what is it? Dexterity, right?
Yeah.
Yes, dexterity be fine with stealth its own
Subterfuge.
skill, or is it fall?
No,
under
it's not.
subterfuge? Subterfuge,
Yeah.
then yes.
That's 4
All right.
successes.
It's going to be rather hard for them to. Oops, drop that. It's going to be rather hard for them to beat. All right, they got one success. So yes, you managed to kind of slip out of their sight.
And also recording equipment is not able to pick up my sounds either.
Oh, that's
Eh.
nice. Yeah,
Yes.
that won't help you with a video camera picking up, you
Yeah.
know, your visuals, but that's what the stealth roll is for.
Yes.
Yeah,
So yes, you're able to
Connor-
kind of circle around the you know, wall.
Mhm.
One of the neighbors also has a wall, but going the other way, that next neighbor doesn't. So you're able to kind of walk along their property, you know, along the side of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a. Let's see. So this is close to the Nile, so it's pretty. This is actually a pretty pretty green area. So you see a lady out working, kind of in flower beds. Her back's to you; she doesn't see you, but she is kind of outside the yard that you're tromping through.
Yeah.
You know, well, if you can say you're tromping through something, you're doing it silently. But
Crouching.
you know, it's like an 8-foot wall. It's not, you know, any kind of ways insurmountable.
Yeah.
But it is brick, so you can't see through it without peeking over the top.
Yeah. Yeah, she will kind of climb over to try to get into the house, the mansion.
Okay.
Um.
All right, so you're
Hoping that
sticking
there's-
around.
Yeah.
Connor, you're still out front.
No, he leapt the wall.
Oh, okay. So you have landed in the front yard.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
With all the
Yeah.
security.
None of the security guys had been shooting up to this point. They immediately opened fire when you do that. Before we start rolling that, what's everybody in the cars doing? Because you're just you're a couple of car lengths behind Connor, and you see him run along. Jaden drops off and starts circling around the building, and then Connor just jumps the wall.
And then there's a sound of gunfire. I guess this is our stop.
I guess so.
Looks like it.
Do you
All
just,
right.
do you park outside the gate or?
How strong does the gate look? And how strong does this vehicle look?
This vehicle's
The-
heavy. If we go,
The vehicle is heavy and it's old enough to be made of real metal. Not no
yeah.
sheet
How-
metal BS.
Does that gate look decorative or functional?
More decorative
What
than functional.
HOA kind
You know,
of
a
route
person's
is
not
it?
going to bust through it.
Okay.
A little compact car might or might not. This thing, you figure, might very well just tear the hinges out of the wall.
This
Gentlemen,
thing's a tank.
gentlemen, please make sure your seatbelts are on. And
I'm gonna strap in. I'm gonna strap in the dogs.
But I say Robert, make sure he's strapped in. Like, well, this is gonna get fun.
Cruella de Vil through the
Oh.
gate.
Why am I imagining Robert with his ability to make stuff just like once they go through the gate, just pops up, like slaps his hands on the roof, suddenly there's a Gauss cannon on the roof, all Warthog style.
Oh
the
no!
This baby can fit so many machine guns in it.
Sir, do
Eat
not
that,
give me an
motherfuckers!
idea.
That's what I'm
No.
here for.
What Robert's actually gonna do is we're gonna run it over, and he's gonna go back and like fix it and put the screw back together.
We were never here.
All right, sorry, wrong turn, sorry.
There's a Jeep in the yard, but we were never here.
Sorry about that.
Hey,
We
look
thought
at-
he owned it. We didn't know he rented it. We will fix it before we leave.
I mean, that'd be so useful for
It's
when
an
we own
Airbnb
vehicles.
instead of a mansion.
All right, so y'all are driving through the gate.
Yep.
Yeah. Strapping the dogs, and then I'll strap myself in.
All right, so you drive through the gate.
Needing more seatbelts.
The guy in the little guardhouse type setup, which is, I say a guardhouse, but it's literally just big enough for one guy to sit in, with a window,
Outhouse.
and he's got a fan going. So,
Oh yeah, one of those little places.
Mm-hmm.
uh,
I remember the days.
So he had his back basically to the gate, because he'd seen Connor jump over and he's leaning out. Then the gate goes, you see him kind of jump, and then he starts scrambling for his gun. While the other 4 guys were already opening fire on Connor.
All right, I'm gonna roll my initiative, and I will get something to drink just in case y'all do something. Hey, 2. Nice.
Yeah, everybody go ahead and roll initiative, I guess. We'll get that out of the way.
Another 2.
Alrighty.
Do I have to roll since I'm behind the house?
Uh,
I got 2. It's not
go ahead and
terrible.
roll.
What?
Even
Okay.
though you're not in the combat
Box.
proper, so we'll keep up. That way I won't forget to see what you're doing.
Jesus
And
H.
if the fight
Christ.
starts, you'll already have your initiative. So.
Okay. So many 2s, guys. So many 2s.
Yeah, the players all go on 1 turn, except
for
for
one.
Connor.
Connor goes first, but I mean,
Except for the speed monkey.
he rolled 2 10s, so that was 2 extra rolls.
I rolled 4 10s for this guy's initiative. I
Uh-huh.
wasted that on the initiative. Oh. I couldn't do that on the shooting Connor. No, it's got to be the initiative. Alright.
For nobody in chat who's interested, I have organic Italian soda.
Ooh,
From your
That's
local Central
actually
Market.
really good.
what
I
flavor?
have-
I just had sweet tea.
So the one I have is passion fruit and strawberry flavored.
Ooh.
I think we sell that at my job, and that is
Mhm.
really good.
It is. I don't know why I didn't expect the carbonation to hit, but it did.
I can't remember the brand I had, but there was like a blood orange one. Oh, so
Mhm.
yummy.
My partner picked up that one. We went to Central Market today.
That's the one thing I miss about living overseas was they had, at least when I was like a little kid, where the military put my dad, they had a fruit wagon that would go around and just sell fruit and vegetables out of it,
Mm-hmm.
and we would always get like 2 or 3 pounds of blood oranges. Oh, those things are so good.
All right, so top of the order is a 7 for the
Mhm.
players.
A lot of 2s.
Then there's a 5 for the story guide. And a 5 for the story guide. And a 2 for the story guide.
4 2s for the players.
Yeah.
All right, players trump NPC. So 1, 2, 3. So 4 2s for the players, and then a 2 for the storyteller or story guide.
I just felt like being consistent.
Then I've got a 1, and then I've got a 0.
He was napping.
Who's the guy in the outhouse?
Yes, that was who it was.
Mm.
He was focused on you, and then chaos behind him.
Yeah.
Loud noise. He startled. It happens. So top of the order is the players.
I'm gonna go. So I've got 5, 6 guys around me.
There are 5 guys here in the front of the house. Yes.
5 guys here in the front of the house. All right. Would you consider them to be trivial to us?
Yeah, they're just Joe Smoes.
Okay. So Connor will crack his neck. He's like, I would advise you all to run. As he will spend a legend to emulate the bestial power of Visage Great and Terrible.
So they basically suddenly see you as monsters.
The line between beauty and monstrosity is drawn by your hand. Your very appearance instills your enemies with the absolute terror of confronting your divinity. Trivial targets automatically flee from you, while other characters face a +2 complication on any action that does not somehow help them flee your presence.
All right, they all bolt. Couldn't have brought that up before we rolled inventory or initiative.
Sorry.
Well, to be fair, if they'd gone first, they could have shot you. So
Yeah, and then another action would have started. But in this case, because he got to go first, he's like, I'm going to save all your all's lives. Run.
So the guy that had started to go around the back way and then heard the commotion and came back, yeah, he takes off to the backyard. The two guys patrolling their yard both just kind of run to the walls on either side and are trying to climb over them. The guy that was standing by the front door runs into the house.
It's not one of my powers.
Probably
Let's
in your
see.
house.
This is part of the beauty purview, actually.
The
Which
guy
does
that
fall under Wukong's portfolio.
the guy that was manning the guardhouse actually runs around the guardhouse, past y'all's vehicle before the rest of y'all even get out. And then kind of climbs over the half knocked down, half under the car gate, and is basically head out to the street.
No, now I feel very silly running into the gate.
You can repair it later.
What is that? What are they running for? Holy shit!
Yes.
We're not to reveal though.
We're not. It's
Well,
still.
that means you
It
don't-
still looks.
Yeah.
That's not. We're not running.
That's a thing.
Connor's a mean mug with his snarling monkey face.
How I've kind of had it in my head is it's not so much like mean mugging with snarling monkey face, it's just suddenly like just his posture kind of hits that like lizard brain portion, which is like, this is an apex predator, you need to run. just his sheer presence
Yeah.
hits that point.
All right, well, y'all got the front yard then.
He's gonna head for the door.
go.
All right. Jaden, you had climbed the wall, so you're kind of in the side yard, backyard kind of area.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you get kind of over there, you start you hear the crash of the gate. From over the wall, you hear kind of an exclamation out of that woman. You can't tell what she's saying, but clearly she's wondering what's going on. You probably don't hear what Connor says, but you hear some of the guys screaming in the front yard. So what is Jaden's plan?
Just to try to sneak into the house to see if she could find Fritz Lloyd.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
No, Scully. Hold on, I got cat.
Oh, it's Ellie.
Catitis.
Ow, that's my shoulder, baby girl. Ow.
Scully.
It's
Weird.
fine. It's fine. Ow.
As she gallops at
4.
full speed.
Oh Lord, she coming.
Yes, she was.
All right, you get up to the back door. About that time, you see somebody kind of on the opposite side of the house from you go kind of running towards the back wall of the property. And I mean, he's just head down, full speed. The only reason he's still got his little assault rifle on him is the fact that he had it on a strap. He doesn't turn his head as he runs by. He does not, acknowledge you or seem to notice you.
Obviously, Connor did something.
You say that like Robert can't be scary.
Robert wasn't there when she left Connor.
Fair enough. Well, you knew the car was up behind you, though. All right, so you have gotten to the back door. The door is locked.
Dolores is them, Jim. Give them a sec.
Is there like a window around?
Looking around, you do see an open window, but it's up on the second story.
Is there a way I can climb up something to get to that second story?
The wall is kind of rough. And it's not like, flat. I mean, there's parts that jut out with like little bay windows and stuff. So you could probably get into a little corner and try to climb.
Some Assassin's Creed stuff.
Yeah, let's try.
It's not going to be super easy.
So, dexterity, athletics.
Yes, that sounds about right.
I never chose something for it, so climbing's gonna be my athletics thing.
How convenient.
I never chose, and I got like 4 points into it. It's convenient because, yeah, why not? All right.
I mean, you get specialty automatically if you started with that character creation. But
yeah, I kind of had high athletics at character creation. I just never chose something for it.
Okay.
Timing does make sense for Jaden, though.
Give me a roll. Gonna need 3 successes.
3 successes it is.
Yep, 2 on the roll plus your specialty.
Yes.
So yeah, you're kind of like, and then you manage to snag the windowsill. You kind of reach around the corner, snag it, pull yourself in.
Mm-hmm.
You are in a bedroom. Let's see. Probably maybe the maids. I mean, it looks like a woman's room. It's not a real large room. I mean, it's nice enough, but it's not. It's clearly not like the master bedroom or anything. So it's probably whoever keeps the house when he's not here. You hear some commotion downstairs. One guy sounds like he's in a panic. Somebody is speaking kind of harshly to him. It's all in Arabic, so you don't know what's being said.
Yeah.
But then you hear a couple of guys speaking in English. British accents. Talking about the wards they prepared on the door. All right, back out in the front. The rest of y'all are piling into a car.
With that, she'll take out her phone, if she has service around here, to message Talaria's to let them know that they're going to have wards on the door.
All right, that can be your next round, something.
Okay.
Because, you've had to take the time to do all the climbing and stuff, so.
Yeah.
So what are the rest of y'all? So, all y'all in the front. Y'all's got the yard. Where are you going from there?
Wherever they go, Sasha's using, like, looking for undead or spirits, ghosts, etc. And be looking around for anything magical.
Yep, the only ghost you see is the ghosts of those poor guards' dignities. Connor totally killed them.
Yeah.
There is some magic on the house. Which is, not to be unexpected, given who you're dealing with.
Yeah. Hence why she has it up. She will point out anything that has any kind of magic hum to it. Do we go
Well, the
in?
entirety of the house seems to have some kind of aura around it.
No, gross.
You're just not sure what.
It's her parents. No.
What are the rest of y'all doing?
I'm mostly following I'm mostly following Sasha because this is more her thing right now. Especially since Hilarious does not speak the language.
Sasha's
But-
keeping behind Terrifying Monkey.
Yeah.
All right, Robert, terrifying monkey. What are y'all doing?
One of us is gonna make a decision at some point.
Robert will follow the terrifying monkey's lead.
All right, what is Connor doing?
Eating himself through the door.
We're just going around in a circle.
Oh.
I think you're muted.
Yes, I am.
Fuck.
Just clear my throat. Sorry. He'll pull out the staff, extend it, and he'll just on the door.
Honey, we're home.
You hear somebody say something in Arabic. Loudly, like they're, clearly shouting through the door to you.
Will
Sasha?
translate for it.
Sasha, you hear him going, "What do you want? This is private property."
I will not be harassed in my own domicile.
About to not be your domicile in a minute.
I want to know what we want.
Tea and cookies. What?
I could do some tea and cookies, maybe some scones if they have any.
When we get back to London, I'm sure we can find some.
The authorities have been called.
They say, give us Fitzroy.
Should I go through the door, through a window?
They're all warded. Everything on this house feels fucky. Are any of the front windows open?
All the curtains are drawn.
So curtains are drawn, doors closed. Connor looks up.
There's no open windows on the front of the house.
There's none on the front.
Mm-mm. I mean, there are windows, none of them are open.
I could take somebody up.
Up to where? The roof? I don't think there's an entrance there.
Window.
It's warded. Might be like hitting a bug zapper.
We've already done enough damage to the gate. I don't want to destroy part of the house, too. Hilarious, you can pick things, right?
Try? I don't think I can do magic, but oh wait, I don't know that yet. I can pick a lock, sure.
Front door. How about it? Or a window. Take a pick.
Stem Jib.
I don't think some gyms work on house doors.
No, they don't. But I'll still attempt to pick it with like the little things I have.
Good old fashioned
It is
bobby pin.
Fitzroy, so
Yeah.
leave.
All right, what did Sasha say?
What did Sasha say?
Yeah, I'm like thinking how she would phrase it. Give us Fitzroy if he wants to negotiate.
Mr. Smith will not be threatened in his own domicile.
Mr. Smith sent us on a wild goose chase. Be
We
glad
don't
he's
know
merely-
anything about any geeses.
Pigeon, who. He said also we need to negotiate. Coo. Because I can't do pigeon noises.
Mm-hmm.
Better at that than I am.
All right,
do
Hilarious,
cat
give me a
noises.
roll to pick the lock while Sasha's keeping him busy.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll? Technology and dexterity?
That sounds fair.
or cunning, whichever. It's the same. It's the same thing. I'm just trying to figure it out.
I can see either one of them. Just go with dexterity.
Yeah. Two successes. I cannot get this. I can unfortunately cannot get this lock viral, nor can I track it.
Mm.
Look at this lock. Whoa.
But yeah, you work the deadbolt. Click. Slowly and quietly, so you know. Them and
Yeah.
Sasha and them shout back and forth, giving you some
it's
cover.
Covering, yeah.
Sasha starts saying thing about his mother if she needs to kind of cover.
I'll
Fitzlord's
go like
mother? Fitzlord's mother was a saint.
I'll go like this. With
Stepmother, on the other hand.
yeah.
We're
I'll
not
go
gonna-
like this for
step-
Connor. I'll go like this and then this. And just kind of like move to the side. Get ready. And then
She sees them all moving. The time
Just-
for negotiation has ended, it seems. Right before
Open.
like they busted open.
Let's say has that come around to Jaden yet?
Yeah, somebody's text is going off just as Talarius is yanking the door open.
Okay,
He texted Hilarious.
that's true.
Hilarious' text
Yeah.
specifically said Hilarious.
Yep.
All
open.
right.
Oh, I got a text.
Basically, wait.
You're
Am I
probably like, oh, how to check that in just a second. Yank.
Pretty much. Order of operations.
Because she didn't know if anybody else had service here, really, kind of.
Well,
That's fair.
we're in a major city now, so
True.
Yeah.
versus
Yeah, but Solaris always has some type of technology up and running anyway.
All right.
what happens? Come on. Hit me with it.
Talarius, what is your defense?
My defense is
I think you're naturally a 1 unless you roll something.
yeah, it's naturally a 1. I can roll something, but it's naturally a 1.
Roll,
Is somebody
roll a resistance stat.
Is somebody shooting at me?
No, electricity comes arcing out of the door.
Oh, that's
I'm
fine.
about to say if you read the text.
Yeah, no.
He'll check the text a second. And go, oh yeah, I see now.
Defense stat.
That's
I will roll my.
I also want one of these out of Connor, as I assume that you were approaching the door when Talarius gestured for you.
He was actually getting into a runner sprint.
So he'd have been lined up in front of the door, so he can make a roll
Oh.
if he wants to.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This is a fairly long little bolt that comes out, and
Gotcha.
it's spread. It's forking out all around it, so it's a decent sized area. But
My defense goes up by 1.
It won't do anything for these two, but once she sees that, Sasha will activate enforcing the boundary.
Okay.
Because it does
I got no successes.
protect from anything with an arcing or a range tag.
Famously, lightning has arcing because it's. Oh,
Arcing.
all right, so
I beefed mine up by 1.
the ward got 5 successes.
Okay,
So it takes 2 of those to have to hit
hilarious.
Talarius.
Takes a few to hit Connor just naturally, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, this is it hits everything in this area with 5 successes. So
Sure.
all right, so 2 off of you, so that leaves 3. It is essentially functions like a ranged attack. So we bring up combat. So it can't do anything.
Can't do anything fun unless it wants to just use it all on me. Which I'll take that hit. That's fine.
Well, it could potentially crit on you, though. It doesn't have enough successes. It's not going to well, I guess it could disarm you technically. You could drop it, but
Drop what?
it's not going to pin you or anything. But it could knock you down. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to go for.
That's fine.
All right, so you take 1 damage.
And then it spends another success to knock me down.
What is your stamina?
My stamina is. Oh, it has to spend 2 then.
All right, so it spends 2 of those last 3 to knock you down.
Okay.
And
You
then
just-
Yeah, it's got nothing else to do. So you take a damage
Yeah.
and you're now prone.
Oh, shit.
All right, Connor, what is your defense? Because you've got something that jacks your defense up a little bit, don't you?
His defense is 1, and then he has soft armor 1 just naturally. He doesn't have skin like stone active, so his defense is effectively 2.
Okay. So it hits you just like it hit Telarius.
Would it
So
have
you
to
take
split
it-
successes?
No. Not
Okay.
the way this thing is set up. If it was a
Okay.
person taking multiple actions, yes. This is just firing, in an area. So Connor also takes the damage and gets knocked prone.
No, I don't. I cannot be moved unless I choose to be while I'm on solid ground. And unless you count prone as moving, or don't count being knocked prone as being forcibly moved.
You could potentially drop straight down.
I mean, if that's the ruling, then he'll drop straight down.
I just see him as like going like physically into the ground, like
Now,
a whack-a-mole.
That's interesting because I picture it more as somebody trying to push you or pull you.
Yeah. Cannot be forcibly moved from your location by any amount of physical force.
There's also the matter of does electricity count as physical force?
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you're still not prone, but it's not so
Okay.
much that it like hits you and forces you, so much as you twitch uncontrollably and drop.
Okay. That's
Because
fair.
massive electricity.
'Tis the ruling. Does it have the successes to do that?
Oh, I'm sorry. That would depend on your that would
Stamina is
depend on your
3.
stamina. It had
So-
5. It took 2 to hit you.
Uh-huh.
So then it got 3. It'd spend all 3.
Just enough.
Okay, so I don't take any damage. It just
Uh,
burned all.
oh,
the
that's right. With the
successes.
soft armor, it has to do more.
Yeah.
That's right. So yeah, it just knocks you prone then.
Okay. Well, no, my defense is 1, so my defense is 1 naturally, so it would leave it with 4. To do damage, it has to burn a success because of soft armor. So it would leave it with 3 after doing damage.
Okay, I got you.
If
I
that's
got
what
you.
you chose to do.
Yes, that's what we'll do then.
Okay. So I take a
You were
damage.
saying
and then-
effectively 2 defense earlier, so I would just count the 2 defense.
Oh,
count it
sorry.
like it was 2 defense. All right.
yeah.
Then yes, you and Telarius both wind up the same. Jaden,
Okay.
you hear a crack of thunder from downstairs.
Okay,
Guess this
so-
was
What
a
would
factory
getting
now.
struck by
Oh.
lightning do to Telarius's phone?
Absolutely nothing.
That doesn't
What
sound
it
right.
is good for? Absolutely nothing. Sing with me.
All right,
Do
Sasha
that.
and Robert, y'all.
DMCA.
Telarius yanks the door open. Electricity flows out. Him and Connor hit the ground.
They just. I picture them kind of like being blasted back a little bit.
Sasha reactive or not reactive, but like it does the enforcing the boundary and
Ow.
moves up so that those 2 are covered by it. Also has sword out.
Okay. And then we'll go back into the initiative order, just as listed.
Okay.
So Connor is I'm so used to Connor going first. It is a
He-
player's turn to go first.
If no one else cares, he's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna hop up.
All right.
And
And what does it take to get out of prone?
he's uncontested because there's no enemy around him. So I don't think there's a role for that.
Well, I'm trying to remember if it may count as a multiple action if you do something else. Well, let's see. That would probably be an origin.
Yeah. I know those rules are in Origin. PDF viewer likes to try to fucking blind me every time I open it.
Rise
Jesus.
from prone. Some abilities or environments called yada. Let's see. Getting up from being knocked over is a reflexive action requiring no roll. However, if an opponent is engaging you in close range,
Okay.
that makes it difficult. Yeah, that's not an issue here.
Alright, so when he got knocked down, he'd reflexively get back up again.
If the opponent chooses to
Never-
threaten
Never
your
gonna let me
rise,
down.
okay. If there's an opponent threatening it, then it becomes a mixed action.
Okay.
Since there's nobody threatening you, you can just get up. There's no penalties
Alright.
involved.
And he's gonna stride into the house.
Sasha
All right, so
knows
you get up, you walk in.
looking looking
Yep.
for like any kind of booby traps, magical booby traps.
Who all is in there?
There's 2 security guys, guns drawn on the door.
Uh-huh.
When their turn comes up, they will of course shoot you. Neither one of them is the guy that panicked and ran off. He's presumably still running off or hiding somewhere.
Sasha is covering them both now with enforcement magic. She moved up with them.
They're kind of in like the foyer, back behind there, behind an overturned table.
Mhm.
You see 2. There's 2 white guys. I mean,
Okay.
where the security all seems to be locals.
All right. So, are they all trivial?
Oh God.
The 2 security guys are. The
They're
guys
running.
behind the table.
The
are
second they see Connor, they're running.
not. Okay, you've still got that invoked. That just stays invoked.
It's an entire scene worth of duration.
Well, there
So
was the scene in the yard, now there's the scene in the house.
Now you're being pedantic.
yeah, but so yeah. So second they see him, if they're trivial, they're forced to run immediately.
They take off. One of them drops his gun.
Ooh, gun.
And if Connor sees the other 2 aren't running, then would you count as getting here to be a scene and being here as another scene?
Yes, the tracking to the house was one scene, and in the yard
Okay.
and now inside the house is one scene.
See, I was asking because with using this, it leaves me only with 1 free legend, so I didn't know if that was still in use for Heavenly Stride or not.
No. Once
Okay.
you got here and jumped the wall, that we were basically initiating another scene.
Gotcha. Then he'll go up to the first guy that he can see behind the overturned table.
All right, roll it.
Just try to deck him.
Let's see. Fisticuffs is not his primary die pool.
Jeez. Okay. That's a lot of 7s.
So what did you
Oh.
roll? A 30?
I'm rolling like he has to roll his skill. He's got the set defense. What am I thinking?
So that's a 5 total.
All right, you needed 4 to hit him, so you got him. There is resistance kind of in the air before you feel yourself hitting something before you manage to push through it and actually strike him. But you do get through it.
Question.
Mhm.
Would this count as breaking a large object?
Punching
Going
this
through the
guy?
barrier.
No,
No,
you haven't like
The
broken
barrier bit. Okay. Let's see. I'm asking because Epic might with that +1 auto scale. I
No,
want
this
to
is
know
just
if
something that
that would
jacks in his
count.
defense.
Okay. So damage and
He takes damage. Kind of a whoop. You hear kind of a blimey.
yeah, then and then blind.
Okay. So that gives him is that a 1 or a 2 complication? Close combat blinding. +1 on all shooting and throwing attacks. On the next
Okay.
action.
Which gives him a 3 complication.
Why is it a 3?
Because unless whatever action they take is something that that is basically running away from me, +2 complication.
Okay. So the visage thing is having an effect on them. It's just not. They don't
Yeah.
have to panic and bolt.
But they are still terrified of me.
Oh yes, of course. They can just hold it together enough that they get the fight part of fight or flight.
But I believe how phrasing goes, in case you want to, is while other characters face a +2 complication on any action that does not somehow help them flee your presence. So
They just figure if you're dead, they're not in your presence anymore. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, so that was you on a 7. Then it is our spellcasting buddies here on the 5s.
They're British. They have to be wizards.
Leave Harry and Ron alone.
If this is their actual name, I'm gonna reach through the screen and just bonk.
It's their name now.
It has been
It
spoken.
wasn't,
It is now
now.
canon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oops. Keep losing dice tonight. All right. The first one is taking a swing at you.
Okay.
He has got a dagger. He's got a very kind of old looking dagger in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
God damn. Okay.
Oof.
Yep.
So momentum?
Not for that.
No?
all right. So that is he got 4 successes total. But he's at a -2.
Yes.
So he can't hit you, really.
No, he can. I only have
Hey.
1 defense.
Oh, okay.
But he has to spend an extra to actually do damage.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
So 2 to hit you, 1 to do the
It's 1 to hit me because 1 defense because I got no extra successes on my defense roll.
but he's got a 2
However-
complication on him.
Right.
Because this is the guy you were. Well, actually, both of them would have the complication because the.
Yeah.
So that leaves him with 1 free success that he could spend to be the extra to actually do damage.
Yes. However, I will reflexively, since we're in close quarters inside the building, activate Skin Like Stone, which
Okay.
bumps up my soft armor to 4.
Now, is that
So
the one that raises your defense, or is that the one that raises?
That's the one that raises my soft armor. So
Okay.
my defense is still 1.
But
And
they
that
have to
won't-
spend. He has to spend 4 now to actually do any damage.
He has to spend 4 successes to actually do the inflict damage stunt
Okay.
on me.
Then yeah, you reflexively kind of tense your skin, and it goes all stony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a visual cue for your character when that happens, but and that knife just goes raking across it.
Yeah, his skin kind of it turns into like black obsidian, almost.
So yeah, I almost imagine
Really?
sparks as it hits. You know, because he's running metal across stone.
Yeah.
Then the next guy. Let's see. Neither one of these guys have got guns. He's reaching out and just trying to touch you.
Okay.
For why, you do not know.
No, I do not, but I'm gonna make an attempt at defending against it regardless. If my dice will love me tonight.
He got 3 successes, so chances are he is not going to touch you.
No, he isn't.
No.
Because that puts my defense at a 6.
Yeah, he whips pretty bad. All right, and then it is all the rest of the players.
No, defense is a 7 actually.
I mean, Talarius gets up, kind of dusts himself off. Okay. And they'll look at the others and be like, "No one saw that." And they'll go inside.
Everyone
And
saw it. Your GoPro was turned on. Everyone saw it.
yeah, it was.
It's live. No, he can edit it out. They
Yeah,
can
they
edit
can.
it out.
Yeah. They'll walk in and see a wizard trying, or some sort of weird wizard trying to touch Connor.
There's nothing weird about these wizards. How dare you?
But they're
Oh
trying to
shit! He's
touch
casting
someone.
Shocking Grasp.
Mm.
I'll activate my my stunt,
Okay.
and it gives me +2 enhancement for combat. Now run up and deck the person trying to touch Connor.
All right. Give me a roll. Their defense
Right.
is well, it depends on which one you're punching, actually.
Touching the one that was trying to touch Connor.
Okay.
That is 5 successes.
Okay, you have reached out and touched him.
Mm.
Let's see. You said it was total of 5.
Yes. 2 on the dice, 1 specialty, and then 2 from my stunt.
Okay, well, this guy's defense is only a 3. So you touch him. What does the thing do?
So no, I'm just punching him.
Oh, that's right. You said decking. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna deck him, do damage, and then like as I like punch him, I kind of like let the have a foot behind him, just like push him with my fist, and he just goes prone.
Okay, so you knock him prone. I assume you are threatening him when he tries to stand up next time.
Yeah, I am very much so threatening.
All right.
That's how I justify being dexterous in fighting instead of being strong in fighting. Have a foot out, and just trip him.
All right. Who goes next?
I'll go. Sasha gonna go up, kind of do a little flourish with the Kapesh, and is the guy that's got decked look worse for wear than the other guy?
No, they've taken a punch.
No, she's still gonna take a swing at him.
Ed, which one?
The one that Teleres punched.
Okay. Well, he is prone, so you just kind of run up and curb stomp him.
5 successes, because she has a specialty in close combat swords.
All right. Well, that hits him. I'm imagining her just running up to this overturned table and kind of hopping over and just landing on this poor guy.
I think prone gives you additional successes too.
Then 6. He's still walking.
No, he's unconscious.
Okay.
They can take more than 1 lick, but only one more than 1 lick.
Prone target takes -1 penalty to their defense against characters in close range.
All right, Jaden or Robert, who wants to go next?
Oh,
You
I
can
can
go.
go. I can go next. That won't be a problem. So what's the situation? How many more people we got? Another one down, prone.
There's 1 more in this room, not counting the 2 guards that are like fleeing. One of them is running down the hallway. The other one is like, trying to get one of the side windows open to climb out or something.
Well, since we've been going semi non-lethal this little fiasco so far, he'll just turn around and pistol whip.
Okay.
What'd that be? Dexterity firearm or melee?
It would be
Melee.
melee. Though I want to say you've got a specialty in pistols with your melee as well,
You do.
Yes.
because you pistol whip so often.
Basically.
Clunk.
That's sad when you think about it. What do you do with your pistol? Oh, I backhand people. Wait, why don't you fire? Well, there's something called non-lethal.
At the firing range, hitting like a punching bag with his pistol.
He just throws the pistol at the fire range.
Let's see, because the melee tag is what makes it a 4? Should.
All right.
You have
Let's
this-
see.
you
This
have a
is
special
the
flick
this is
for
the guy that was
5.
standing up. So this is the guy that's got the full shield thing going. So I believe it was 4 successes to hit him.
If you have a specialty in pistol whipping, that's 5.
Okay, yeah. So Yeah, because for both close combat and firearm, I have pistol, so that makes it a 5. Fantastic.
All right, so you clock him a good one, and like Connor, you feel some resistance, but you still bring the gun down across his face, and he goes down.
Let's see. I'll probably just knock him prone, double checking combat stunts.
He's unconscious.
Fantastic.
At least I think that's what Jason's saying.
Yes.
All right.
Y'all have the room.
Woohoo!
Should we lock the room? Or lock the door?
Do you want to touch the door again?
I don't want to touch it again, but I'm saying maybe we should lock the door because the authorities are apparently on the way.
Hmm.
It's the charge from it dispelled. Can Sasha tell that? Was it more of a mechanical versus magical kind of thing?
Give me an occult roll.
Occult intelligence.
Yes.
3.
There is an effect on the door that is, like I said, the entire house has got stuff going on, but you can see that there is a fading effect on the door, implying to you that it was a one trick, a one shotter.
Go up and kind of hook the doorknob with her blade and try and pull it closed.
Jaden, you're upstairs. What are you doing? You are still in that bedroom.
She doesn't hear any more fighting, does she?
You've heard a lot of fighting going on. It's quiet right at this moment.
Okay, well, she'll go out the door of the room to see where she's at.
You glance out. There's a hallway with other doors. Looking to your left, you see, you go down. You see where the stairs would go down to the bottom floor. There is a woman standing at the top of the stairs, like leaned over, like she's like listening to what's going on downstairs.
Mm-hmm. And to the right?
No, to your left. To your right, the hallway just goes to the edge of the building, and you see a couple other doors where there's probably other bedrooms or other rooms of some kind. Anyway, the woman's the only person you see up here.
Okay. She's gonna go into one of the other rooms. Just check the other rooms and start checking them out.
Okay, give me a stealth roll, assuming you don't want this lady to notice you.
Yeah. To 4, because I still have silence in the woods.
I thought that was if you were tracking somebody.
She's still kind of
Is she not still
You are
tracking?
not. She is not following anybody's trail.
Oh, I
She
thought
snuck through a window, so she abandoned the trail she'd been following.
Okay, so that's still 2.
Oh, so close, so close. She rolled a 10 on her initial roll. I re-rolled that one and got a 10. And then I re-rolled again and didn't get one. So she got 2, so that's a tie. Ties go to the play.
Mm-hmm.
At least in this instance. So you sneak down to one of the doors. You open it up. It's a study. Desk. Laptop, computer. Closed up. You sit on the desk. There are shelves of books. A lot of them look fairly old. Not all of them, but a quick glance, you see there's a lot of stuff on Egyptology and, mythology and archaeology. And some that you're pretty sure are on kind of occult and esoteric subjects.
Mm-hmm.
As well as some, like, oddball, like, antique stuff kind of just decorating the place. There's a bronze dagger on the wall. There's something full of hieroglyphs, part of a stone tablet, just oddball stuff.
Okay. Then she'll check another room.
It's another bedroom, but it does not look like when it's being used. It's like a guest room or something.
Okay. And she's gonna look out to see if the woman's still there in the hallway.
Yeah, she's kind of sitting there. She's kind of she's not literally wringing her hands, but she's looking pretty nervous. She's kind of, like I said, she looks like she's kind of listening to what's going on downstairs. What is going on downstairs?
Salute chaos. Anyway,
Sasha will definitely suggest tying these guys up because magic casties.
Other hands.
Yeah.
Oh, to Vincent. To Vincent.
Look, if we just stomp on their hands till all their fingers break, they can't cast spells.
Oh, yeah, but we don't have the time for that.
Oh, that's true. That would take time.
What it's
Yeah, well, we're trying not to be the baddies.
sure.
Yeah. I don't want another scenario like I had Sunday running my superhero game where one of the guys was like, snap his neck. He's unconscious. Snap his neck.
it's like hey, at that point you're not being the superhero no more.
Depends on which universe.
Well, that character was like a veteran of the French and Indian War, and it's really just been kind of a hunter. So the fun thing is, they all had multiple characters, and all of their characters were attacking this guy in waves because this guy could disable powers. Big conclusion to the season, and it came down to one of my brother's characters going snap his neck. And then another one of my brother's characters getting between the unconscious bad guy and the first character going, yeah, that ain't punk rock. We ain't doing that.
At least he's not metagaming with his characters.
Yes.
Props to that.
And a fair amount of the other characters were like, a few of them were kind of like, yeah, let's do it, and a few of them were like, no. And then the guy that's got the Grim Reaper's, scythe disguised as a hockey stick just walked up and ended him. But he can go intangible, so there wasn't nothing anybody could do about it.
If we ever get mad about tangents, the Monday one was really good. The one they did on Monday was really good.
Did you clip it?
I will.
If you clip it, I'll watch the clip.
Yeah.
I'm not digging through 3 hours to find it, though.
Yeah.
All right, back to the subject at hand, though. You tie these guys up. You do not snap their necks.
No.
Though Connor has been known to do that before.
Give them a once-over, anything magical on them that she can pilfer. She did take Fitzloyd's ring and is wearing it. The one that blocks magic.
Yes, she did.
But has she paid experience for it?
No, but you said it didn't have to attune to it.
Yeah,
I was about to say, has Jaden paid experience for that crossbow?
No, but she's got her actual bow now, so. The dagger's got a fading magical effect on it.
Even though it's fading, she just pockets it. It's like, I don't trust them. They do not need sharp, pointy implements. They could put their eye.
Or other people's eyes out.
Or other people's eyes out.
Connor is going to walk upstairs. To where he thinks the bedrooms are.
As soon as you start the stairs, there's a creak of the stairs. You hear a woman's voice upstairs say something in Arabic. She sounds very hesitant. Is everything all right down there? Is it over?
I don't think she... Yes, ma'am. Everything's fine.
Who are you?
Sasha like, do we lie?
I mean, Connor's walking up the stairs regardless.
Yeah, it probably takes her too long to figure out something to say before like people start going upstairs.
Yep.
Speaking of which, any magical effects on these stairs?
Not on the stairs specifically, no. As soon as you come partially into view, you see this woman. She's dressed. You look at her and you think maid.
Okay.
As soon as she sees you, there's like panic in her eyes. She turns and starts running down the hallway. Jaden, are you standing in the hallway behind her?
Yep.
So she turns around, she sees you, and she freezes. She looks at you. She looks at the door to the bedroom you climbed into. Because the door is like halfway between you and her, because you had just come out of those other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And she freezes for a second, and then bolts that bedroom door.
Ma'am, please wait. We can explain.
Do you try to interfere with her getting into her room?
She's not gonna like. Was the well, she
The
wouldn't-
window was open.
She's like, player me is like she's gonna jump out that window. Sasha me does not know that window's open.
Yeah, they're forced to run from me if they're trivial.
Yep.
But are you even there?
Yeah.
No. I mean, did he go up the stairs?
Yes.
Yes.
She
Oh,
saw
he did.
me.
She caught a glimpse
And
of
then
him.
A
bolted.
glimpse of him. Okay.
Enough of him to know
Oh.
it wasn't one of the people that was supposed to be downstairs, so she's panicking and running.
Yep.
She did not get a look at his face, so the power has not triggered on her yet, though. She would absolutely bolt when it does.
Jaden will definitely try to stop her, as she is a bit faster.
Oh, absolutely. All right, give me a close combat roll.
Which I got no dice for, so it's not gonna roll anything.
But this is also her using her desperation pool, because,
I'm gonna use
oh, no,
like
this
a moment.
this would just be her defense. Never mind.
We have
That's not-
dexterity though.
That's not opposed.
You're dexterous as hell.
Oh, it could have been dexterity, close combat. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stats.
You running up trying to,
All right,
like,
I'll
because
roll.
you could choose not to do damage and just knock her prone.
Yeah, just like kind of just wanna.
Just run up
Bear
and trip
hug.
her, or run up and tackle her, or whatever.
Beat up a
2
maid.
successes.
All right. Well, I have to imagine her defense would only be a 1. I don't actually have stats for the maid. So yeah, you knock her to the ground, and she starts screaming, trying to push you off. She clearly has no idea how to really fight.
Sasha will be running up the stairs at this point because
Yeah, Hilarious is up there too. Like, why is there screaming?
I'm
It's not one
suddenly
of us.
suddenly picturing her getting a good look at Connor, panicking, and instead of taking the penalty though, she gets the bonus to pop Jaden so she can run.
boom. Ma'am, please calm down. Please calm down. It's okay.
Turn around, Connor. God, that's turn around.
Connor, man, you gotta do something about all this
Connor,
right here.
whatever you're doing, please stop.
Just Sasha's gonna like block the lady's field of view with her most reassuring, speaking to kind old lady voice, even though this lady's probably not old lady.
No, she's not particularly old.
Very,
Right.
very calm, speaking to people voice.
Yeah, it does say very appearance, so as long as she can't see me.
What do you want?
We were led to believe that a man we are hunting was here.
You're the people
intend to-
Mr. Smith was afraid of.
We intend you no harm. Where did Mr. Smith go?
She looks hesitant to answer.
Tell her I'll walk away if she tells me where he is.
She's not going to because it's like, you can't see.
All right, so give me a manipulation. Empathy maybe? Persuasion, I'm sorry. There's a persuasion.
Would her innate deception power do anything to this? Other characters face a +3 complication. Wait, no, that's to assess attitude. Never mind. Ignore me.
All right. So give me a
Alright,
manipulation
and,
persuasion.
Manipulation persuasion. Got it.
There's an interesting thing happening where Connor goes up there, and she's sheer terror, and as soon as Hilarious gets up there, still terrified, but not as much.
Boys. Right now, boys.
Suddenly, it's a very
Folks?
calm terror.
I'll say I'm sitting there going, would that work? Because one is just like an innate knack, and the other is a like divine level power. Like, would they? I'm kind of curious about the interaction there. Like, how would those work?
Well,
Trying to
one of
keep
them is kind of just to whom it may concern, and the other one's kind of focused on one person. If he was talking to calm him down.
Well, soothing presence says when you enter an initial social encounter, reduce attitude by 1. For any other interaction in which you attempt to get someone to relax, calm down, or be welcoming, you have 1 enhancement on all applicable rolls to apply to any stunt you may have gained from Nax.
I would say even though you're talking to the woman, having tackled her and pinned her down, I'm going to say this is not a social encounter per se.
I didn't tackle her.
Jade
That was Jade.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But the
following.
encounter is still kind of tainted by physical violence. So
Sure.
Yeah.
so
I'm stretching.
But anyway,
no one redeemed a stretch. I'm stretching anyway.
Sasha rolled a 1, or got 1 success. This poor lady got none.
Let me help you up. It's kind of like looks at Jane, just we're just gonna get her set back up.
Yeah, Jada will of course let her go.
Just
Close
turn her around so she's not looking
the
at
window,
me.
so she doesn't try to jump out of it, because this will go out of the
She
second
wasn't
story
going to jump
window.
out of the window. That's crazy talk. She was literally just going to barricade herself in the bedroom.
You don't know that.
Yeah.
Do you happen to know where Fritz Lloyd is? As Hilarious actually gets up.
Well, she doesn't understand you anyway. She's looking at Sasha. Mr. Smith came in perhaps an hour or 2 ago. A bit flustered. He said some people were after him. He brought the security from the dig site. Some of them were kind of a rough bunch, but I mean, not that they bothered me or anything, but
Of course.
he told me just to stay upstairs.
Did he say if he was going somewhere?
Well, he seemed to be what's the term, Jeff? I would use the term fording up, but that's not really what she would say. But well, no, he seemed to be. It seemed that he was going to stay here for a time. That he had left somebody behind to talk to you and try to calm you down. I know he has a safe room. I assume he's in there.
Would you direct us to the safe room?
I don't know if I should. But
You don't wish to.
do I now?
No, she's not gonna say that because she'd be lying.
You could always roll a deception.
Her deception is decent. Wait, is it?
Promise, no harm will come to Fritz Lloyd
Today.
Physically.
today within the next 20 minutes.
Yeah, that won't seem suspicious at all. We have not heard anyone here. No one is any more than knocked out. The guards have fled. Is there somewhere safe nearby that you could go? To one of the neighbors, perhaps?
Well, perhaps.
If it would make you feel better, I can walk you to the edge of the grounds.
All
Is there
right.
anything you'd like to get from your room to take with you?
Are you going to do anything to the house?
No, we have no interest in the house. Just in
Uh,
Fossil.
let me get my purse that just has my identification and stuff in it.
Of course.
And she gets her bag. She lets you walk her to the, and then she heads.
Oh, it's like the lady that didn't have the walled. Or she'd even offer, "Can we call you a ride to your home?"
No, that's fine. And she ends up walking down to Nolan houses where she's got a friend that works there.
You know, I just realized
Mm.
if they did call the cops,
Bureaucracy.
well, but Connor still has this power on.
Oh no. Oh no.
So they show up, see Connor, and just like,
No.
nope. They're gone.
They're gonna
There's been
call the army. It's gonna be like the GTA star rating go up.
Seems to be nothing wrong here. We're returning to base.
Yeah.
Except for that
So
one
what-
detective that's actually a scion of somebody.
Drop a tactical nuke on the building.
He goes, he opens the trunk, he pulls out his Kopesh. All right, it's gonna be one of those days.
Especially wait. Are we best friends now? No.
Best
Okay.
friends? Same Kopesh?
Same
Same
Kopesh?
Kopesh.
Same Kopesh. Same Kopesh. All right.
Do you need me to get her to I don't know, goods or something? Or did she already leave?
Sure. Well, would she have told Sasha as she was walking around where the safe room was if she had Talarius kind of ding that power?
Yeah. If he dings the whole verbal vomit thing, she would mention it being built up under the house.
Of course it was.
Not a not that the house has a basement per se.
Like a bomb root cellar.
But you go downstairs like you're going to a basement, but it just goes to the safe room.
Thank you.
She mentions it being before he had it installed, it was just a hallway closet, the door. So y'all probably walk past the door getting to the stairs, but it's it's not like a full size bedroom door. It's one of them like half doors, like you have for small closets.
An attic space.
But when you open it up, there's stairs going down to a big metal door.
Anything magical ticking any more than usual?
Not on the big metal door, no.
All right. She kind of motions to everyone else. This is yours purview, not mine.
When was the last time that happened? It shocked the shit out of me. It's gonna happen this time.
It didn't seem to be anything on it. I'll roll for it if I need to.
It is for sure locked.
Yeah, it's a big safe room door. Yeah.
Oh, it's one of those. Is it like a big metal vault type thing?
It's not like huge bank door size vault,
Sure.
It's only the size of a more or less a normal interior door, but
Okay.
it's clearly like steel,
If it's got a lock, I can pick it.
It doesn't have a lock that you'd use like a key on.
Sure.
It's got like one of those handprint and a keypad.
Ah. Oh. That's even better for me.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I was about to be like a lock, Robert. Could you? And it's like, nope, it's electrical. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the limitations of that ability, Talarius?
I will read it up to you. Electronic devices respond to you without needing to touch them. They must be powered on and functional, but you can use a number of devices in the same field as you equal to your next skill with your hands free.
So pretty open-ended.
Don't you just love it?
So you can use the
Honest.
keypad and the handprint without touching it.
Yeah.
So what code are you inputting?
You can also access, a lot of the stuff within it.
Well, this isn't like a computer that's got like readable files stored in it.
Sure. But it has to have somewhere in this is the key. This is the keypad that you have to press.
Give
'Cause it has to
me
it has to
give
activate.
me your
I'll roll for
technology
it.
roll. Give me a technology roll.
Sure. Technology cunning, maybe?
Yeah, that works fine.
Sure. Two successes.
Okay.
It has to have some sort of process where it's like if you press these buttons in this order, it opens.
That is easier to verbalize than to think of how the code would be set up. Anyway, you find it without too much trouble.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's easier for me to say it rather than just like see the string of code. Yeah, of course.
uh,
Why is it?
but you find that you find the stored handprint
Mhm.
and make the machine think that has been just been scanned.
Mhm.
It starts dialing open. And
Step a little bit to the side.
there is not any area to step to the side.
Okay.
You had a
It's like,
narrow closet
Make
myself
door with
flat.
stairs that went down. And at the
Make
bottom of the
myself
stairs was just
flat.
wide enough for this regular sized door.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fine. I'm just gonna make
pressing
myself
against the wall.
flat this way.
Pancaking against the wall like a bearded
Yeah.
dragon.
Uh, let's see. So as the door opens, you don't
Mhm.
particularly see anything other than you're seeing into
Sasha would
this
have
safe room.
It still would have enforced ramp.
You see Fritz Lloyd against the back wall, and he's smiling really big at you. Now, who is behind Telarius? Are y'all all in the stairs, or some of y'all up in the hallway? How's this set up?
Jada would be in the back.
Okay.
Sasha would be somewhere in the front middle.
Okay. Sasha, you see a spirit.
Who is it?
I don't know, but it's a big guy.
Does he have a stand?
Do what now?
Oh no. Now I have to explain JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to Jason.
Never mind.
My brothers tried to explain JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
It's something you just don't want to deal with.
But no, this appears to be the spirit of like an old warrior. I mean, he's like dressed old Egyptian style. Like, pre-Arabic invasion, probably pre-Greek invasion.
The OG.
Yeah.
Okay. She just kind of like makes a note of that.
He's old school Egyptian, like you look at it and go, oh yeah, Egypt is in Africa. Okay. Yeah. He's to your eyes, he's holding a very nice Kopesh.
Say
Same
that.
Kopesh.
Yours is all fancy and multicolored. His is pretty much just bronze.
Yeah.
Or it was bronze at one point.
Yeah.
Sasha, do you speak ancient Egyptian?
She might have studied a little bit of it, but nothing.
Not fluent.
Not fluent. No.
And I don't
Although she-
think anybody really knows how it's pronounced
Yeah.
anymore anyway. So
Yeah, she does not.
though Sasha would have contacts that could tell her that kind of thing that other people didn't have.
Yeah, she could go climb the ladder back up to a set with like a sticky note. What does this mean?
Or does your ability to speak to spirits just let you speak to spirits regardless of their language?
Let me look.
Because psion powers tend to be kind of open-ended like that.
I was fixed to say that sounds like how would work.
Scully.
It says you can cause a corpse to speak, summon a person's ghost, shade, or other culturally appropriate remnant from the site, or she cannot act except to speak, but you can try to influence it just like anyone else. Starts with attitude 3 towards you. Actually, let me wait. That's wrong. see and communicate with ghost shades and other forms of undead that are normally imperceptible or incomprehensible.
Okay, we're going to interpret that as you can understand them.
Yeah. Whether he can understand me, we don't know.
You
Totally
speak
down.
you speak ghost, it's fine.
Best friends? Best friends. All right. Same Kopesh? Same Kopesh.
Well, it was kind of like how in the overworld, I think everybody understood everybody. So, he is apologizing. I am so sorry for this, but your lives mean my freedom. Of course, nobody hears this but Sasha.
He will speak back, probably in Arabic. Even though he could probably understand her even in English.
Yeah,
It's
Down.
more appropriate. I can probably find your freedom much easier than what he's going to try and have you do.
A bargain has been struck. And then he goes take a swing at Telarius.
Oh, she's gonna try and push Telarius out of the way if she can see it.
Alright.
Or jerk them back, or elbow check them. I don't know.
Take damage anyway.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? I broke their nose. There'll never be a Instagram star again.
Just set it back, it's fine.
He'll do a video of setting it back himself.
Question.
Mhm.
Can the ghost see Connor?
I doubt the ghost is trivial.
I'm saying even if he's
where
not
would
trivial,
where would he
there's
be
still
at
the
in the marching
competition.
order?
He
Because
honestly,
we know
he
Telarius is
probably
in
would've
front,
been-
and Sasha said she was near the front.
She was right
probably
behind
be-
Telarius.
He'd probably be right behind Sasha then, because he's sticking close to her.
He's probably right in the middle of the marching order then.
Yep.
I mean, because he has a heck of a range with the staff, but he doesn't have it out right now.
Yeah, you need the staff to hit him because y'all are in confined corridors, so swapping places is not going to be done in real rapid succession.
Yeah.
I would say he's only got a really good view on because there's a line of people, so the first two are the ones he really sees.
Okay.
All right, Sasha, give me close combat,
Oh god.
Dexterity?
dexterity or strength. This is going to actually be opposed by his, and if you win, you basically yank Telarius out of the way.
Okay.
Oh no.
That is a 4. Wait, no, it's not involving swords. Well, is it?
Are you gonna
I mean, he's swinging. Could she...
Are you using your
Ryan-
Kopesh to try to move Telarius out of the way?
Or are you
Yeah,
gonna
but
try to
Or-
use the sword to
yanking him
block?
back.
Or are you going to try to use it to block and yank him back with one hand?
You know what? Just to give like a bonus, she's gonna like try and block. 'Cause
Okay.
She figures Telarius is smart enough that they'll duck out of the way if they see her like, you know.
assume I
Yeah,
see a ghost at the moment.
Well, no, they would see her putting the sword up, and probably like some kind of force striking it.
Would they see a force strike?
They would see her maybe react to something striking it, maybe, unless it's just gonna go.
I'm
straight-
imagining Sasha, like, hearing the clang, but nobody else hears the clang.
God, that's
You see how cool this is? Come on!
Mm.
Boy, that's a lot of dice.
No.
All right, we got 4 successes, but 3 of those were 10s.
Yeah. Ooh. I
And
tried,
then
Telarius.
There's 2 more successes, and one of those was a 10.
This guy can chill.
So he got 6 successes total. Oh, plus
Okay.
his enhancement because he's good with swords. So 7 successes.
Like a 4. Wait, 5. It's dealing with a cult. Death and spirits. Does that count at all?
It is a spirit.
but she's not using an occult roll to do this.
Fair.
Let's
All
try
right,
though.
so you said you had 4 successes total.
4 total.
5
Alright.
with the sword if she's blocking.
Oh
Does she
yeah,
have a-
my s-
does-
the sword has a general enhancement.
Oh yes.
Oh, and you said you're specialized with swords, right?
That's where the 4 came from.
Yes,
Four,
that was already counted
and
in.
then the general enhancement.
So that's 5 minus
Okay.
the 7, or 7 minus the 5. His 7 successes minus the 5. Her 5.
If I see her go up like that, can I try to like flit? Can I just reflexively like flinch from that and that be my defensive roll?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me a defensive roll. 'Cause your defense is a 1, so if you get a bonus, well, you need 2 because in combat it's meet or beat.
Right. I'll make this composure.
All right. That you don't panic. You don't pause. You realize immediately what's going on.
We have what, 5 momentum right now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I will spend 2 momentum.
All right. 2 momentums are being spent.
1 success. Come on, babies.
Yeah. And then roll them 2 more dice.
Okay. So I'm up at 2. I'm up to 2.
So it's an exact tie. So he doesn't have any extra to do anything fancy, but he does do a damage to you. And I think you've already taken 1 damage. So are you still bruised?
I'm injured.
It's too bad that Jaden is not close.
Yeah, I know.
The rest of you standing behind, you see something cut into Talarius.
God. What was?
He's got a ghost.
Of course, he's a fucking ghost. Ah.
He struck a bargain.
I'm gonna kick his ass.
Do we need to roll initiatives again?
Yes, go ahead.
How big is the room that Fitzloyd Dingleberry is in?
Yes.
The safe room looks like it's about 15, well, probably 12 feet wide and somewhere between 15 or 20 deep.
Okay, so we can at least get in there and not be on top of each other.
Yeah, there's if y'all can push past this ghost, there's a little bit of room in there. Speaking of pushing past the ghost, what's he gonna do?
So Sasha, like I said, went before they even opened the door. Would have had enforcing the boundary up. Won't do anything for the ghosty swings, but anything Fitzloyd might try with arcing or range tags.
All right, Ghosty got a 5. Where's everybody else?
I think we have a
Ice rolls a 4.
2 3s, a 4, a 1.
That's it.
Hold on.
And a
Four.
Another 4.
Quick follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
Would her blocking the sword have counted as the 1 minute. I need to make that. I hate how small the windows are on this thing. Makes it hard to read. Would it count as an attack connecting, or would it just be a defense?
Oh, that was just defense.
Never mind then.
Because you weren't hitting him at all. And it wasn't like he reached out and touched your sword. Alright. So that was his move at the top of the order. Well, actually, because I let you go too, so. So this is starting the combat where everybody knows what's going on.
Uh-huh.
Because everybody except Sasha would have been considered surprised, kind of. Alright, so top of the order is the Ghosty.
Sasha,
Sasha is aware of him, thus he's considered Sasha the biggest threat. I mean, it's gonna be a lot easier to kill the rest of them if nobody can see him, you know.
Come at me, bro. Gently, please.
I say that. Talarius, once he cuts you, you can see him now.
Interesting.
Hey, dude.
Still can't punch ghosts, so it's fine.
Gotta get that monk level.
But this time he's swinging at Sasha. Wow. So that's
it
only
good or
3.
bad?
That's a total of 3 he got.
So stamina and close combat.
I think it's just straight stamina.
Yeah, if you're trying to boost your defense, it's just the straight defensive stat or whatever.
nah.
All right, so he hits you with the full. Well, your defense is a 1. So,
Yeah.
so he hits you with the full 3. Which isn't enough to do much. He inflicts damage, of course. And knocks you prone. Basically, he came down with a big 2-handed swing.
I know they can see the ghost, just see Sasha drop for no reason.
Well, joking earlier aside, y'all hear the clang of the 2 kopeshes.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets his over a little bit, so it injures Sasha. You see, blood come up on one of her shoulders, and she's driven back into the steps. Next up is a player.
I'm gonna go. I'm going to pretend I don't see the ghost and just run over towards Fritzlud.
All right, give me a... Because the ghost is kind of standing in the doorway.
Sure. I would have done it as, since it's like initiative, since everything's happening at once. Would have done it as he's attacked, as he's like has his attention on Sasha. I see that, and I'm like, okay, that's my opening.
Give me a close combat as you're basically kind of shoving your way past him.
Sure. I'm using trying to. This thing is.
If you beat his defense, you get past him basically.
Sure. Okay. Dexterity, close combat. Ooh.
Okay.
That's if you're letting me count my speciality in this, because it is kind of like sticking and moving like a pugilist would, just without the sticking. It's 5 successes. Actually,
but without the sticking, it's just moving.
Yeah. Just.
But yes, you managed to get through.
Cool. I run up. I'm gonna fucking run up on Fritzlud. Yeah.
All right, give me a swing.
All right.
Let's see if I can replicate that. 2 successes.
All right, his defense is a 2.
I deal damage.
You probably like, stop! I can call it
Stop
off.
what?
I can call it off if you make peace with me.
Do you see this? This isn't peace.
You literally sicked a ghost on us as soon as we opened the door.
That smug fucking expression is not peace. Don't give me that peace shit.
I left a man to talk to you, and I fled here to hide, and you're digging me
ran?
out of my hole. Clearly, you do not have my best interest at heart. Of course, I
Ran from
have
a set.
security to...
Do you think you're going to hide forever from her?
You're kind of occupied, Sasha.
She's yelling in the background incomprehensibly.
Something.
Something.
She thinks it's real cool in her head.
Yes.
Later,
when they're talking about this at the Rubicon, she's like, "Man, I could have said that."
That's my go, I guess.
All right, next up is another player.
I will go. Since I was right behind Sasha, she went down. Did I see where Talaria shoved past?
Just kind of like.
Like
You
that
see
general
that
area?
you register that he was ducking and diving. You know, trying to figure out exactly where the ghost is at. It's gonna take some work.
I'm saying because Connor is very experienced with combat because he's a combat specialist. So can he get like a general area based off of Talarius's movement and where Sasha went down, like at the angle she went down at?
Generally speaking, yes.
Okay. So he's
And
gonna
like I said, it's a narrow passage, so there's only, assuming the thing's human size,
Yeah.
there's only so much space it could be taken up. But
he's just gonna pull the gloves off, put them in his pockets, pluck out the staff. He's gonna widen it and extend it down the hall.
it's going to be
As he-
door width.
As he activates the aggravated damage function and just
Going from fettuccine.
All right, so give me a roll. You have a 2 complication for not actually being able to see him.
okay.
What jumps up to about a 4 then?
Just negates some of the bonuses that Connor has with his staff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there. So 3. My dice just do not like. Okay. So that is with the complication. That is 3 successes.
All right. His defense is a 4. You do not get him.
Okay.
Now you feel resistance, but it's that what Sasha sees is he blocks with the Kopesh.
Connor's gonna step over Sasha to get in the way.
All right.
It's gonna make it very hard to get up.
So you're kind of you're literally like standing kind of over her, one foot on either side of her. She's laid back on the stairs.
Basically, yeah, he's gonna be a shield, which is his entire purpose.
It'd be very hard to hit somebody with a sword right now.
He's taking his little staff and going, "You shall not pass."
You shall
It
not.
ain't little right now, but yeah.
Like a block of cheese.
Next up, it's a player because all of y'all go before Fitzloyd gets to go because he rolled a 0.
I guess Jaden will go. She sees Connor fighting an invisible person, but can she see Fritz Lloyd past that?
No, because you are further up the stairs, so you're looking down at this doorway, so you can't really see into the room much.
But I can see that Connor's fighting an invisible thing.
Yes.
Right.
And you see that Sasha's bleeding, and you saw that Talaris was bleeding before he ducked into the room.
Just
So
Okay.
there's clearly something there.
Something.
You saw the staff extend and then stop and kind of get swept to the side.
Well, Robert's in front of her. Can she kind of go a little bit around Robert?
She can lean over to one side and fire down if you're trying to shoot or something.
Yes, with the arrow that Robert had just gave her.
All right. And what exactly did that bow do?
It has a knack where it does a paralyze stun.
Okay. Oh, this poor guy's gonna
Paralyze
end up
is
like
one
nearly
success.
headless Nick.
But I don't know if it'll work against a ghost, but she doesn't know. She just sees something body probably invisible. So we're gonna roll that. That's 3 successes.
All right. His defense is a 4, so that misses.
Okay. And she
still have the
can't-
range tag.
It should. It's a bow.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that bump it up one?
That
Would
would
it
If you're
bump it
using
up one?
a ranged weapon?
Let me pull up Jaden's stats and see what she's got here. All right. So you've got firearms. Oh, you got 5 dots in firearms.
Mm-hmm.
You have bows as one of your specialties, so that would give you an
Mhm.
enhancement.
And because it's 5, that's also another enhancement, isn't it? Because it's maxed out, or no?
No.
No? Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay.
That just means how many dice you have the chance
Yeah,
of
so
using.
then that's
Yeah.
3.
That's 3. But I'm saying if you're using a bow as a ranged weapon, that is using it how it's supposed to be. Does that not? Because we've been doing that where it gives it an enhancement when you use it as
Yeah,
it's
the weapon
supposed to be.
does that, I think, automatically.
So that
Yeah,
would be
so
4.
you would
That's
you would
4.
have gotten a 4 there.
So
Yeah, and
three,
And because you specialize it, it
four
makes it
for being a
5.
bow, or four for using the weapon appropriate to the skill,
Mhm.
and then the specialty that's got you up to 5. Is there
All
any
right,
enhancement
so-
bonuses on the bow itself, or is the bow just the paralyzing thing?
Is it just the stunt?
It's just a stun for right now until I can figure out what more I want to add on to it.
Okay.
So it hits.
Okay, so I will use that 1 success to see if it'll paralyze.
All right. What do you have to roll for that?
No, I just need 1 success. So if I used 4,
Yeah, you use 4 to hit
Two.
him.
so I have that 1 extra,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm using that 1 to paralyze him.
Does it have to be like more than his stamina? Because I know that
No,
some of.
it just says your target's muscle seize up and their nerves scream in agony. Your target suffers a complication 2 on the next turn. If they don't buy it off. I literally copy pasted from the book on it. So
Okay, so he's at a -2 next round, is what it is.
yeah,
Mhm.
minus +2 complication.
Okay.
Um,
So he is not completely locked up, but his body
No.
is trying to lock up. It's stiffening up. Okay.
If they don't buy it off, they can't take any movement actions until the end of their next turn.
Okay.
Healing knacks and boons can't alleviate this complication.
Ooh,
It
that's
just has
dirty.
to be bought off.
It's a little dirty.
All right. All right. I'm assuming you do damage to him as well as that, or is it just to the?
It just has the paralyze to it.
Well, you do damage because you hit him.
Yeah, I
I mean,
do
you're
damage
still
'cause I
firing
hit
arrow.
him.
Okay.
Yeah. I do damage because I hit him, but it's just also
All
the
right. He's got a
paralyze.
2 complication on him
Mm-hmm.
until he buys it off.
Yeah, it's the ghost.
So he has a complication of 4 right now. If he wants to do something else.
All right, and that is, let's see. Have any of y'all not gone yet?
Robert.
All right, Robert.
Well, can I see Fritz Lloyd from my current position? Since I believe I was no, just the
No,
ghost.
you were basically just right in front of Jaden, so both of y'all are kind of up the stairs a bit. So you can
Tell me,
only
buddy.
not see the ghost.
I mean, Robert's going to kind of move a little further down the steps to kind of get a better angle to see, like, if he can see everybody, kind of get an idea of what's
You can
going
move down the
on.
steps just behind Connor, at which point you would be able to see Fritz Lloyd. You basically see Talarius is like, beating on him apparently.
As he comes up behind Connor, he's gonna be like, sorry, it's about to get loud. As he just slowly like aims right past his shoulder. And he's going to fire. He's not going to try to shoot for any lethal part. He's going to shoot for like a shoulder, thigh. He's not going to go for anything.
All right, you're shooting Fritz
lethal.
Lloyd.
Yeah, he's going for Fritz Lloyd because
Okay.
undoubtedly Fritz Lloyd doesn't get the memo.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's like we're trying to negotiate peace with you. Yes, and
the
you
ghost
have
after
attempted,
me.
and you've tried to attack us about every time we've tried to get to you.
Broke into his house. You beat up his security. You broke
No, we
into
did
his
not.
safe room. Clearly, you were
not.
here for peaceful intentions.
We did not beat up his security. Actually, they ran away.
I say
I'm counting the 2 wizards as part of his security.
Okay, fair.
I mean, yeah, that
Well,
is fair.
they were attacking, so I mean.
When you broke into the house, they were securing.
Yes, we're the baddies. Okay, we get it.
It's not so much that; it's just that trying to act like, we're here for peaceful means. No, you were not.
Our story guy just likes to gaslight us. That's all.
For Tat, he kidnapped 2 of
Oh.
our people.
Alright, that's fine. The
That's
bullet flies just bullet flies past downrange.
That
and just
is
strikes the
2
wall.
momentum.
2 momentum, yeah.
No, 3. Those are ones in there.
Oof.
What now?
That's 3 momentum.
All right,
If I-
it's one for
if I remem-
failing and one for
If I
failing with a
remember
specialty.
correctly, he's specialized, right?
Yep. it's a
Firearms.
specialty.
Yeah,
So he's specialized with pistols. So
and it's a
he
miss.
got
or
he
it's a
got all
zero.
zeros. Specialized, and a specialized roll that includes ones is a third.
Oh, now if you fail and roll ones, though, isn't that also some kind of like crit fail thing? What do they call it?
That I do not know.
A misfire.
What do they call it in the old vampire game?
Messy critical.
No, it's
No, the older vampire ones.
Oh.
I mean, we could
Untidy
just.
critical.
Untidy critical.
I mean, I was going to say if you want to say the gun misfired and just made a loud pop, but nothing happened.
Well, if
A
you're
flat
getting
critical.
the trick is if you're getting an extra momentum for rolling ones, something bad must be happening with the ones.
Let me.
Let's see.
Trying to find it.
Botches, that's what I'm looking for.
A botched roll, essentially.
I think a botch roll is like no successes and ones. This occurs when the character rolls no successes at all, and at least one of their dice shows a 1. When a character botches, they fail to achieve their goal, and they also suffer an additional setback. A botch attack not only misses, it slips the character's weapon from her grip. Botched escape gets the both captured and injured. The only consolidated player receives the botch is the momentum. However, they receive an additional 2 momentum for a total of 3.
Okay.
If a character fails and the story guide wants to make the failure more awful and interesting, she can offer the player 2 momentum for the pool. If the player accepts, okay, that's basically going. That's basically going. You can make a regular fail, and I can offer to make it a botch. And if you wanted the momentum, you could take the botch. But okay.
That's like fate.
I have faith we're going to gain momentum,
Huh.
so I'm not. I don't want to make it any worse than a miss.
Sure.
Me personally.
Well, no, you rolled a botch.
Yeah.
You know, that's not me offering you one. That one just happened.
Okay, I guess
so
I
you're
was
not sure what
misunderstanding.
Robert. You're not sure what happens. You take the shot. Right around the door, just past Connor, there's like a spark, and then something stings your hand, and you drop the gun, and it goes clattering down the stairs. Sasha, what you see, the ghost is swinging. You know, it's doing something. It wasn't an intentional something. The ghost isn't sitting there like a Jedi. But Robert's bullet hits the Khopesh, and you hear him cry out and drop the gun, so the bullet seems to have ricocheted back and hit him in the hand. Not enough to do a damage, but enough to startle you into dropping the gun.
Oh, son of a bitch!
And then, like I said, it hits the stairs and goes, clunking down the stairs. Let's see. Is anybody else not gone on y'all's side?
That was it.
Sasha,
Never
go.
gone.
Oh, Sasha. Oh God.
Yeah, her and the ghost kind of went on the surprise round last time.
Sasha
Yeah.
would like to get up.
All right. Well, the ghost is threatening you, so it's gonna be a mixed action to do something as you stand.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything for that?
No, it
I
just
don't actually know it.
if you take an action, it's just counting as a multiple action thing.
Okay, she's going to like try and get up and like swing the blade up to hit the guy.
All right.
And like you can still change sides.
Oh crap! What do they call them? Do they just call it multiple actions?
Complex actions.
Complex.
Does Sasha recognize this ghost at all from Aset's estate?
Beg your pardon now?
Does Sasha recognize this guy at all from Aset's estate?
No.
Okay. +1 for
Mixed
which
action,
ones?
that's what it is.
5 successes.
Oh, 5. Yes.
So it has a general enhancement, right? And then you have a
Yep.
specialty.
General, specialty, and dice.
Alright, let's see.
And actually, how many momentum are we at?
We are
We're
at
at 7.
7.
Uh,
No, we're at
But-
6.
we were at
There's-
5.
yeah,
We're at
we used
3.
2. Then we.
No, we're at 6 now because of that botch
Yes.
roll.
Yes.
You know what? Let's just throw some dice, some momentum dice in there, just for the hell of it.
Alright, let's see.
No, not that.
Well,
So you-
that's XP for momentum.
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't
who
do
spent
anything.
who spent momentum?
I spent 2.
Alright.
They didn't do anything, but I spent them, so I'm just at 5.
Alright, so calculate the dice pool for each roll. That seems to only affect it if they're both dice rolling, so how does standing up do? What does standing up do? If they
Standing up while threatened, you have to roll something in athletics.
Okay.
Pull up.
Alright, so a dex, so let's say a dex and athletics roll.
2.
Well, the trick is you only make one roll. You roll the smallest of the two pools, and you have to spend successes out of both of them to accomplish both actions. That's how multiple actions work in this.
Okay, how much dice does it cost then to get up?
Hold on. There's an opponent in close range, prone character. Prone character must stand up as part of a mixed action. Standing up is an athletics roll with a complication of 1.
Alright, so you have to get at least one of your successes has to go to just standing up.
Then I guess I'm just standing up.
Okay.
You got 5. So as I'm
It's
understanding
just
this,
I can only make, I guess, the dexterity athletics, and I have to use all the dice out of that for all of my action.
Correct.
So I'm just standing up.
Okay. In front of Connor or behind Connor? He's straddling you, so you can go either way.
In front, because she can actually see the ghost.
Fair. I just want it on record that if I carve Sasha up this time, she put herself there.
Totally her own damn fault. Yep.
It's heroic and all that. It's just not my fault. Alright, that's all of y'all. So now Fitzloyd goes.
We should just named him Fritz. Because we're all calling him Fritz. We like mid-name name change.
Oh man, I'm out of drink. Oh, it's 9. No wonder.
Yeah.
Time my drinks out very carefully.
you have like 5 shot glasses just for the entire game.
Well, usually I have this full of water and then 2 sodas that I fill up.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight I had an extra soda ahead of time too. Alright. Though I may have drained it before we actually started. Anyway. But we got started 15 minutes late, so assuming y'all are good with running 15 minutes long, we'll
Fine.
try to get
Yeah.
this arc wrapped up tonight.
Yeah. Let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
Fitzloyd pulls a knife.
Okay.
What have you got?
Not a ceremonial dagger.
Just a regular
a-
old combat knife.
More like a hunting knife.
Sure.
I mean, it's not like a big K-bar or nothing, but it's a substantial little knife.
Sure.
And he tries to stab Talarius.
Fair enough. Bring it on. I will roll some cunning.
'Cause
A
he's
resolve,
not in
sorry.
a position to not really in a position to like cast a spell or anything, and
No, he's not.
frankly, he hasn't really had time to prepare. Y'all been on him.
My defense is 3.
That's a success, and that's a success. And if I turn all these 6s upside down, they'd be 9s, and that would count. All right, he got 2, so yeah.
Nope. Just like the knife comes out until it's just like guides it away.
You do it so smoothly that you're like impressing yourself.
Wow, I wish Sam could see me now.
You're like, man, I hope the GoPro's still turned on. You get that first person perspective.
Yeah, just
All right, back to the top of the order with the ghosty. He is winging at Sasha.
He has a +4 complication on him.
I'm preemptively rolling defense.
well, just down.
Oh yeah, just stamina. Damn it.
All right, so her defense is a 1, and the additional 4. So basically, he's got to roll a 5 to hit her. He rolled a 4.
Spooky face and paralysis.
He still almost hits her though. Quite
Yeah.
impressive. So yeah, you managed to get your Kopesh up and kind of knock it to the side this time, and you can tell something's got him moving kind of stiffer than normal, and he keeps glancing at Connor behind you. Then it is a player's go. Sasha, would you like to go first?
You're the one that can see him.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out, would her Unquiet Death boon do anything? It gives her a +3 on the attitude of any ghost. It's like trying to convince him to stand down.
Give me whatever social role you think is appropriate, and we'll give you a 3 enhancement on it. Persuasion, I suppose. Let's see.
Presence persuasion?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Or 5. General enhancement.
Let's see, and resisting people being talked to wouldn't exactly be his primary pool, so... Alright. So what was your total?
With the 3 enhancement, and then the general enhancement, and the 1 dice, 5.
Alright, he got a 3.
Like,
so what exactly is it you're telling him?
You don't want to defend this man. Go to a set, tell her you defended me against this man, she will take you in. Go to her estate, up the ladder and across the river. She'll take you in, tell her I sent you.
I cannot leave the presence of my jar.
Where's the jar?
The man has it in the room.
She is looking around for jars with magical...
There's stuff lining the walls, and you see some, like, Coptic jars. I think that's what they're called.
Canoptic.
Canoptic, thank you.
She'll try and have him at least point to which one is his.
He points to it.
Okay. Can her action be talking and moving?
Yeah.
She's gonna try and move to that jar and grab it.
Because you have talked him into the whole standing down. You know, but when you tell him to leave and talk to Aset, yeah, he can't leave.
While she's going in Arabic, if I break your jar, will it free you?
Yes.
She is making a break for it to break a jar.
All right.
Legend of Zelda style.
With the sword. Oh, a rupee.
Pot.
Ooh, is that a rupee? Oh no, that's a mummified heart. Ick. You dash across the room. You bring the Kopesh up. Telarius, over there where you are, you see Fritz Lloyd's eyes wide, and he's no.
That's great architectural. Wait, no. Historical significance. No.
That jar was 4,000 years old.
Jar was made out of mahogany. Wait, no.
Rich Corinthian leather. So yeah, the jar shatters. There's stuff in the jar, but it just kind of dusts as you drive your sword through it.
Do Hilarious and Sasha see the ghost?
Yeah, he starts kind of misting away. Thank you, daughter of Aset.
Just a little nod, and then the sword is pointed at what's his nuts.
The last thing you hear him say is something about
What's
he's going to face Mott.
May your
Which
heart-
everybody's
heart
got to do that when they die. So.
May your heart be pure.
Just kind of looking at Fitzloyd. Just wanted to talk.
He drops the knife and kind of sits back.
Get
I
him-
left
hit
somebody
him-
to talk
I
with
hit
you.
him
You
with
should have
another
talked to
fucking
them.
cheap shot.
Do it now.
I hit him with another fucking cheap shot when he drops his knife. That's for the ghost, asshole.
I thought you were coming here to kill me. I left somebody to talk to you, but he never called me back saying you had talked to him. I assumed the worst.
Did you tell him to call you? He just walked off into the desert.
Y'all must have freaked him out.
Let's say Connor walks down, power still active because it's still the same scene.
Well, Fritz Lloyd is not trivial, so.
Well, yeah, but the
Still
effect is
some-
still there.
Yeah.
Hold on. I can't heal her out of combat, can I?
Well, reflexive action can be taken at any time.
Alright.
Unless
Gonna-
it specifically says in response to an attack or something like that.
Alright, well, she's gonna be healing Telarius and Sasha. So, take a bruise away.
Okay.
I'm still injured. Fate rules.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all have Fritz Lloyd. What are y'all doing with him?
I'm gonna make sure the GoPro is completely on Connor for what's about to happen.
Just don't kill him.
Connor is gonna. Does he have a connection to the Kadama, even though he's not physically there right now because it's been a week?
Like,
You can't ask the Kadama questions from Egypt, no.
Okay, that's what I think.
he Skyped the Kadama
He'll pull out his phone and he'll call his dad. Since we are very pretty much we're right on at Cairo, so I figured it'll be a long distance call, but he'll call his dad, or granddad.
Wait, I say monkey
Sorry,
king.
no, grandfather, not his father, grandfather.
So it takes a minute and he comes through. Boy, where have you been?
Currently in Cairo.
It's been a week.
Yeah, we were
It's the
kind of in
overworld.
the a very special place in Egypt that took a while. The man that I turned over to the police before I left, is he still in police custody?
Let's see, who had you turned into the police?
The man who originally cast the spell on Sasha's grandparents.
Yes.
So hasn't been released or bail or anything like that, as far as you know?
Y'all had snagged him in the perpetration of a crime, as I recall. So no, they're still holding him.
Okay, good.
We'll call that one detective too and be like, hold on to that fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, cause Dad's about to do something really interesting, and I needed to know. Thanks, Gramps. We'll be back as soon as we can.
Be careful. Things get dangerous when your father does something interesting.
Oh, I know, but this was kind of my idea, and he's going along with it.
Stay safe. Get home soon. Your grandfather hangs up on you.
That's the plan. And then he'll close the door. He's like, Sasha, how much do you trust me?
Thinking really hard because she's like,
Also dice.
mentally, Sasha's like, I know you are crazy, but I trust you.
Okay. We still have the original caster of the spell held in custody. That affected your grandparents.
We do.
It's the one that I knocked out.
Okay.
So we can take him to the Kadama. Kama says as long as we do that, he'll be able to identify what the spell was. What I need you to trust me with is what my father wants to do to him. And he thumbs over to Fritz Lloyd.
Puts the capeche away and steps back.
And he turns, stares Fritz Lloyd straight in the eye with just this sheer divine menace about him.
Menacing.
As for you, Fritz Lloyd Smith, you've led us on quite a merry chase, haven't you?
I don't know what you're about to do, but I wouldn't react too hastily.
He just smiles. Oh, I plan on giving you what you want. See, you've been after a way to elevate humanity to the same level of the gods.
Yes.
Correct? Right. See, your tenacity to complete this goal has left me a little bit impressed. There's not a lot of people who are as tenacious as I am. So I'm going to give you what you want. And he'll lean back as he just lets his divine power just flow out of him. And because with the deal for Wukong is the one empowering this, and he's not
It's really
joining, he'll
Wukong's
let you
power
do
that was
it.
flooding out of you to do this.
Well, yeah. Fritz Lloyd Smith. By the power invested in me by my own father with the mandate of heaven, I hereby grant you the divine title of the incompetent moron abandoned by all. May you bear it well.
That doesn't sound like something I'd want at all.
The second he invokes the title, the world shifts to accommodate it. Everyone suddenly dislikes him because he's one that's abandoned by everyone. He cannot work with anyone without invoking complications, even his own family or friends. Any organization he's a part of suddenly starts falling apart.
Well, y'all pretty much destroyed that anyway, but
Any organization he tries to make will start falling apart. He has to do everything on his own. And if he does so on his own, he has to sabotage his own work to prevent the complications from affecting him. And anything that involves any kind of academic research, like academics, knowledge, occult, any of that, also will invoke complications. He can't have anybody else do the work for him to avoid those complications because that too will incur any divine level complications.
because he'd have somebody doing something for him and everybody abandoned him.
Right. So he basically just, with one title, ripped this man's life apart.
Yeah, but Fritz Lloyd doesn't necessarily realize that yet.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't right yet. He will soon.
He's just
They're
kind of
like
looking
a
at you
cool
like you're a 3-year-old that just called him some funny names. Okay. Well,
Tell
I guess
me
I've
how.
learned my lesson.
Yeah. Yes, you have, and you will. Trust me, you will. He'll just ruffle his hair, and he'll stand up. Well, Wukong has said his piece. Shall we leave him to his fate, my friends?
Yeah.
Why did
Like-
you do this? What was your end goal aside from elevating people? Why bother with all of this?
To get people out from under the thumb of the gods. Have you paid attention to the gods? They're
What
like
do
the worst human
you?
politicians with superpowers.
Humans are just as bad.
And if everything's equal, then we just all be bad to each other. Instead of humans being just the victims.
Did you
I knew
think
your
about what
parents. They literally sold you to a god. It says horrible things about them, but what does it say about her going out and buying a child?
Sasha walks up the stairs.
You may not want to answer me, but you'll think about it.
I would stop talking before she comes back and guts you.
Connor will
That's
just look
probably
at
a
him
fair
like,
point.
it's like, it's called adoption. And,
I
and
spoke
before,
to I spoke to the parents while they were planning that. That was an adoption. They were selling that child for power.
all right, everyone, let's go.
You know, he would stop running his mouth, but that would be competent.
Yeah, no, that's true.
And he might be realizing this.
If not now, soon.
Yeah.
Because he's one of them
And-
kind of guys with a lot of contacts, local contacts, and suddenly none of them are going to do anything with him.
And last one up, Connor will turn and looks like, I've known war all my life. You know what happens when everybody's equal?
He just kind of shrugs.
Nobody wins, and everyone suffers for it. And then he'll turn and walk back up.
I'll tap the door back closed on him.
Break another Kopesh on the way out. Not Kopesh,
A canoptic jar.
an optic jar.
So as he joins, everyone's like, well, if y'all want to ask what that was about, feel free while we walk.
Was there any cool like esoterica going on around it? Around while he was doing that?
Light flowing
Or is it
out.
like
Well,
Sasha would have
basically-
seen some stuff.
okay?
Yeah.
The hair on
Like,
the back, the rest of you, the hair on the back of your neck might have stood up enough that you
Mhm.
knew something was going on.
Like Connor's eyes would have started to glow a bit. His hair probably would have raised up
Like a
slightly.
Ghibli thing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the Studio Ghibli thing where he just like tenses and everything starts going like starts flowing.
Dragon Ball Z. I get it.
But Sasha would have actually seen kind of the translucent image of Wukong standing behind you, kind of with a hand on Connor's head.
Looking really smug.
Really smooth.
I mean, this is like the ultimate prank on this guy.
And you would have thought it was just kind of a power anime thing going on. Except that faded out image looks over at Sasha and winks while it's going on. Just let her know I know you can see me.
She would have, if that happened after making sure like no one was watching her, she would have probably winked back.
But
Yeah. If y'all want to have questions, now's the time because we probably need to leave in case they did call the cops and we did knock down a gate.
well,
Back.
as it turns out, he did not call the cops, of course.
Okay.
They were
But
busting.
you drove a car through a gate. There was gunfire inside the house, a lightning bolt. The neighbors have undoubtedly called the cops.
Yeah.
We should go back to the dig site and go back through the door.
Yeah.
Should we close the ladder?
Can we?
Can't- Well, I mean, it's closed unless it's
from the mortal side, they need somebody tied to the Egyptian pantheon to activate it.
Gotcha.
Meaning,
And
unless
we
they
don't
have
know how many other wackos like Fritz Lloyd there is out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, but unless
But
they
we need to
either
wrap
A,
up
get
now,
Sasha's
so
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it open.
so
But-
Okay.
y'all wind up venturing back to the door to England. When you
Mhm.
cross the other side, you're met by a lot of heavily armed British men. Luckily, you recognize one of them. Because, it's y'all disappeared through that door and y'all been gone a week. So they had fortified this house in case anything nasty came through.
Yeah. I'll say as they were going, Connor would explain what it was he did
Mhm.
to everybody else in the band. That what he basically did was he used divine power to give Fritz Lloyd the divine power he wanted, but the divine power basically would completely ruin his life in all aspects.
You basically made him vexed, god of mishap and misfortune.
Yeah,
Placed all
basically,
directly on
yeah.
himself.
That is basically exactly what I did.
But anyway, so y'all get back to England. William and Pip managed to finagle some paperwork, so it looks like Sasha and Robert had come here legally, and you're able to just fly back home. Before you even leave England, though, Pip brings you word, or brings you like a news article, of Fritz Lloyd being arrested in Egypt. Because if you'll remember, the dig site what he was digging up was away from the actual dig site that anybody knew about or that he had permission to be digging. And the police managed to track the vehicle that had crashed through the gate back to the motor pool where y'all left it before y'all went through the door. And it all just sort of unraveled, and none of Fritz Lloyd's local contacts would help him cover anything up. And he may have misspoken a time or two during the hearing. Yeah. So there's a big kerfluffle over,
Connor
what to do
seeing
with this
this.
foreign national. And for some reason, the British embassy just isn't real hyped on helping him.
His Circle of the Empires are like,
Part of me just imagines everyone's looking at Connor. He's just like, what?
The guy you left with the police is flat out. He's decided he's done. He's flat out willing to talk about everything that organization did. The actual Circle of the Empires had already, they weren't really. Fritz Lloyd was still in their name, but you had smashed most of Fritz Lloyd's little organization anyway. But even the remaining ones just kind of, dip at this point. So yeah, he's sitting in a jail in Cairo, and can't seem to get anybody to really help him. And while usually he's good at this sort of thing himself, it's just not working out for him.
sucks to suck.
It does. Let's see. So you get back to Olympus. Samuel lets know there's been no major change with your grandparents. Though he said a couple of British doctors have been looking them over.
Neat.
And if you recall, when you met with the actual Circle of the Empires, they had commented on that they might send somebody over to see if they could do anything. But apparently no one's had any luck. The fellow left with the police, he's in some ways not the original caster because he was using something that he'd been given.
But he does know what it was.
That's true. He could give you some information to take to the commie.
Yeah.
Which
is from your description of what the Kodama knows, that's all the Kodama needed.
Fair enough. But we'll resolve that. We can resolve that next time. So this is the end of this arc. If any of you have experience to spend, you may do so.
Woo.
Aha!
And we'll wrap up here and get off, and then discuss what deeds y'all may or may not have completed today.
Okay.
So anyway, anybody watching at home, hope you had a good time. I hope my players had fun. I had fun running. If anybody's out there is looking for more actual plays, we've got. Let's see. I think Maddie's is the next one. Thursday, which is the Knight's Ransom.
Ransom, yes, you got it.
Gotta write these names down at some point. And then Saturday and that's Homebrew 5th edition, of course. And Saturday we've got more Homebrew 5th edition with Stolen Cities. And then we've got Heath on Mondays, running
He's running a one shot with Ed Greenwood.
Oh, neat. Very neat.
Yeah. They're running a one shot this Monday. So they're not doing the troubleshooters, but I believe they are still doing 5e.
Well, if you got Ed, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Or well, at least some version of D&D.
Yeah.
So tune into that.
They're doing AD&D. No, I'm just kidding.
I have heard Ed still runs that some, so it's possible. I don't know that Heath would go back to run that, though. But anyway, so check that out Monday, and then we'll be back Tuesday with another episode of The World at War. Everybody waves. Track down my buttons to turn us off.
Hello.